Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Why Not Me podcast. I am your host, Jerry Ruiz. Today we have a very special guest, NightStryke. I met him on the last episode with Storm and Norman, and he is the owner and founder of Guntube. His little wave, but I'm gonna give him a round of applause. Say hello to everyone, NightStryke.
Oh, I gotta unmute this thing if I want to say hello. Huh?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm doing my own social media stuff in the background, so I've got my camera here and my monitor here, and then I got monitor here, so so I can multitask.
Yeah, no problem. What are you streaming on over there?
I'm not streaming anything. I'm just trying to post on the YouTube community page on my YouTube channel, letting everyone know I'm live over here.
Oh, okay. Hey, I appreciate that, man.
That's you remember, if you're doing stuff on YouTube, you gotta take advantage of every single thing they let you take advantage of until they say you can't use it anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree. Do you when you do stream, do you stream on multiple platforms, or is it just one?
Sometimes, I mean, I used to stream a lot straight to Guntube and save it, and as well as because I would use like Restream or Caster. Those are restreaming services,
Yeah.
and that way where you can do Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, in your own custom RTMP stream all at the same time. And I did that for a long while, and it just to the point. The only interaction I got was a couple, like 3 or 4 people on Facebook, and then I get like 40 to 100 people on YouTube. So I just decided just to stick with YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, I might go back and do all the other ones again, and probably more so with Guntube, just because it's my own platform and I can pretty much say whatever there. But again, it's just the factor that I can set the policy on Guntube of what content I want on there, whereas unlike YouTube, they set the policy on the content you put on your channel, what you live stream, how you live stream.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. The only reason I was asking is because right now I'm broadcasting on YouTube and on Twitch, and do you know if I set like a live date, like let's just say I wanted to set this live date at 6 p.m. today, and then I just go live from the Restream, because that's what I use, Restream. If I go live from there, would it automatically link to that set schedule, or do you not know?
I haven't messed with Restream in about a year or two, so because I used Restream, but it was just, I mean, $20 a month is a little costly.
Oh.
I went with Caster, because it was, for a long while it was only like $8 or $9 a month.
I'm not paying anything.
Yeah, well, the thing with Restream is they only give you so many hours a month. You know that, right?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess I never go over those hours.
I mean, I do multiple shows. Like Tuesday, I do a show. Sometimes I do a freestyle, roundtable discussions on water cooler type chats on Thursday and Fridays.
Oh, okay.
And it's just, if you're doing like more than one show a week, then you're gonna eat up a lot of that free hours on Restream.
Oh yeah, especially because your show's last a while too, so I could see that.
Because your show can last, if you're just doing water cooler chat, your show can last anywhere between an hour to like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, sometimes the conversation,
depending on how far the rabbit holes go, and how many people jump in, again, and it's ridiculous.
And speaking of people jumping in, what up, Storm and Norman? He says he's the first. Well, first is the worst, but he's here watching you, so don't want to make you nervous. And
yeah, I know. Norm's a good friend, and I'm trying to do good work for Norm. So represent Norm.
Hell yeah,
Go to
man.
stormandnormangunworks.com.
Hell yeah, go check it out. And what is the difference between Guntube and your YouTube channel, NightStryke? If we're to get into things.
Officially, NightStryke is basically my online handle, my nickname. It's one of the aliases I gave the South Carolina and Law Enforcement Division, so I could get my concealed weapons permit. It's just a nickname or an alias.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then your
it's just something I came up with like 20 years ago.
And then you stuck that on your YouTube channel too, just because.
No, I had the Gmail account first, so then I made a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
so I've only been doing YouTube since 14, 15,
2015?
2014, 2015.
2015,
Yeah.
okay. I was going to say 14, 15 years old? I was going to say,
No,
was there?
2014, 2015. No, 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 no. I'm 37. No, I remember. I'm the last generation that remembers the time before the internet, kids.
I'm the in between. I was here when the internet was starting. And
So
so I
so
have a.
so that means I can make fun of you because you don't know how to go outside and play anymore.
Oh no, I'm that generation that got to play outside and ride bikes. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
I,
you're not sad because your iPad's broken.
oh no, shoot, I don't even have an iPad. But yeah, no, I agree. I didn't grow up stuck on tablets. I guess
Right.
is what we're going with. And then
Uh,
so you said you've been on YouTube for about 5 years, 6 years,
about 5 years. Yeah.
and
I mean,
how long has Guntube been around for?
Guntube. I started it in 2018, right after like that first or that second bout of. You remember Adpocalypse?
What was that like?
It
20?
basically YouTube would decided to basically go after everyone with ads because apparently at that point in time ISIS was putting videos and people saw ads on ISIS videos because remember they were you couldn't control them even in the videos, so they were on live and people didn't like that.
Yeah, now that makes sense.
No.
But obviously they took advantage of that
They
situation.
took advantage of that situation, and unfortunately, that caused everyone to scrutinize all the videos, and a leftist media group, which may or may not be headquartered in California,
Yeah.
basically ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. And it's crazy that
That's
they pretty much control all of social media too. Um, and they make a lot of money doing that.
sadly.
So yeah, it's insane. And so if they don't like you, they can kind of push
You're out.
you
You're
away.
out.
Yeah, they
And
can push you away.
the reason I started Guntube is because after that, YouTube started slowly encroaching on what you couldn't do with firearms in your videos and live streams. And like now, we're sitting here live streaming and whatnot. Now I can't even show you a firearm, holding it up and show you a firearm anymore because of the YouTube guidelines say you cannot show a gun on live streams anymore. I'm like, what does it matter? As long as it's not loaded, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, you're not going to hold up a loaded firearm, on a live stream because that's dangerous in itself.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say
mean,
maybe it was a liability issue. Maybe they don't want you shooting
no,
yourself.
no, it's just because they had some person that went after them. It's just, the problem with YouTube is YouTube and the whole Alphabet group in general. I don't know if you know, but they're really leftist. I mean, they have gone off of the deep end.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not.
I have a friend who used to work for YouTube who lives in Washington, and he could tell you some horror stories, man. He could tell you some horror stories of just how awful it went from being like a neutral political company to just one side.
Yeah, no, I can kind of see that. It seems like a lot of stuff they put that's more to the right side. They don't really show it on their main page as much, or they don't really show
They
it
don't, they
up in
don't, they don't
related
promote
content.
it. They won't.
Yeah,
They
there you
won't
go.
say outright say you can't have it on there. It's just they're not going to promote anything that's neutral. Well, seldom few things neutral, but anything conservative or even just right leaning in general.
Yeah.
No matter how far, even libertarian, just no, absolutely not.
Hey, maybe YouTube doesn't want you pointing your gun around, so you don't shoot me through this virtual meeting.
It doesn't work like that.
Oh no, are you sure?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Alright.
It doesn't work like that. So.
Well, I think they get all their logic playing video games mostly. That's where they get all their firearm information. So they probably thought,
Yeah, yeah. Let me tell you something. just because the over-under shotgun is like the one gun you use in Call of Duty if you really want that other guy gone, the problem is it's not that effective in real life.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
mean,
true.
that's the difference. I mean, do you want to be fighting some guy with only 2 shots, or do you want to be fighting some guy with maybe 30?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Here in
it's
California, you
common.
can't have 30.
It's common sense to, well, I hate to tell you this, but everywhere else in the country, you can have 30.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, I could go get a magazine just to show you, because I can show you a magazine, I just can't show you the gun.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, I'm gonna bring up like California a lot, not only because I live here, but for the people that live in states that they only have 10 rounds, or people that don't know that some states only can have 10 rounds. We can kind of inform them, because
I mean, go knock yourself out.
yeah,
I'm originally from the Southwest, so I know.
yeah, and man,
My grandmother was from California, so I couldn't get around that either.
yeah, well, yeah, we'll just say you couldn't get around it. Yeah, it's crazy, man, because I come from Washington State, where there's not really no restrictions on anything firearm, pretty much.
You come from Washington State. You haven't heard of that new law, I-1639?
I haven't been there in like
It's
5
pretty
years.
bad.
Yeah.
Washington State's gotten pretty bad. They're like the mini me of California these days.
Really?
On the West Coast. Yeah.
Why? What is this I-16, I-39?
You should check out I-1639. It's super bad. They're trying to overturn it, but it's here to stay, unfortunately.
What's I guess just what's the main point of it? I mean, that way I can know, because I'm gonna be moving back there next month, so I don't commit any felonies without knowing,
Basically, extreme background checks and other stuff.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a long list. I can't go over it.
Okay.
I can give you a link to it so you can read up on it.
I'll check it out. When I'm editing this stuff, I can recheck the name of it and check it out.
I'll link you to the Washington State government website about it. So
yeah. No, it's crazy. That's what's crazy about the United States is like every state has different gun laws, so you might be doing something illegal without even knowing it when you go to a different state.
I mean, I'm not trying to talk politics here, but you realize that as a country we have a constitution, right?
Yes, sir.
Every state also has its own constitution, a state constitution, right?
I didn't know that, but okay.
Yeah, every state has their own state constitution, which they have to abide by, as well as the federal constitution. So the whole country has one, and then each state has their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, this isn't true of every state, but most of the states where you don't have a lot of bad gun control, they have a provision in their state constitution that says the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unfortunately, in some states, they don't have a provision in there. And I hate to point this out, but if you look at California, apparently they decided they didn't need to put that provision in your state constitution. So that's how a lot of these gun control laws are able to get by, because they're not violating the state constitution, because there's not a provision in the state constitution.
Yeah. Damn. That's messed up. It's crazy
how. I mean, these things are really simple to go and look up. I mean, 5 minutes on Wikipedia, you learn a day's worth of information.
Yeah, that's what's good about the internet is you have everything right in
you
your
have
hand.
You have information to your fingertips. Though, granted, it's also the bad thing about the internet, because sometimes you get the wrong information, or you get information that isn't even true.
Yeah.
So, but sifting through the BS is hard.
Yeah. No, I agree. I guess that's why you always do your research, huh?
Absolutely.
So since we're speaking what's on the internet, what type of content can you find on Guntube?
Okay. What kind of content? Basically, Guntube is specifically for firearms-based content. So, if you want to show off your new shiny gun, on camera, if you want to live stream on Guntube and show off your new shiny gun over a live stream on Guntube, then you can do that without any repercussions, without anybody yelling at you. No, go ahead and do it. Have fun. I mean, if you want to show how to disassemble and maintain your firearms, how to clean your firearms, that's what it's for. Because a bunch of this stuff you can't post on YouTube anymore. They don't want you showing people how to disassemble and maintain your firearms. They don't want you showing people how to clean your firearms. They don't want to show people how to put something back together on your firearms if you accidentally took it off and you don't know how to put it back on. They don't want you showing that information anymore on YouTube.
Yeah.
Period.
Huh.
So that's what Guntube is for. For all that information that you can't get on YouTube anymore, go to Guntube.
Like, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, you'd think they'd want people to know how to responsibly maintain, clean, and take care of their firearms so nobody gets hurt.
At each individual firearm, yeah.
Yeah, each individual firearm, because if you own more than one, you have to do it for every single firearm, not just, one or two. But it's ridiculous. YouTube doesn't want you to know how to clean your firearm. They don't want you to know how to maintain it. They don't want you to know how to disassemble it and reassemble it in case you have to, do an extensive cleaning or maintenance.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, then YouTube really wants other people to just shoot people in the foot, apparently.
Yeah, or themselves. Yeah, and it's crazy because the whole reassembling thing, each gun is different for some part,
not every firearm disassembles the same way or reassembles the same way. And just ask Norm. Norm works on them all the time.
Yeah.
It's just every single firearm is different.
Yeah.
And Norm, I see your questions. We'll get to your questions, Norm. You don't have to text me on this.
Yeah,
he's probably texting me right now.
I'm getting to know NightStryke a little better right now, Norm. I'm not ignoring you. Just
you got to shine. Please send me a link to the podcast.
Yeah. Oh well, hey, check it out. Yeah, he sent me one too, so I'll make sure to check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. I understand maybe don't have a loaded firearm on YouTube.
Yeah,
but
I can get with you on that. I mean, you don't have it loaded, but if you want to show people how to put the magazine in and out, if you want to show them an empty magazine,
yeah,
I got no problems with that. That's reasonable. That's responsible. I understand that. Okay, but again, not even that. That's okay. There has to be a point where the common sense in California gets to the point where there's too much.
Yeah, I understand.
So, that threshold may be lower in other states, but in California, the bar is pretty high.
Yeah, and
I'm not trying to rag on your state. It's just you guys have been dealt the worst deals in the world when it comes to cards. You guys got the worst.
Yeah. Tell me. So
the worst. Excuse me. You guys have got the worst hands ever.
Yeah. So I like firearms. I can't do anything with them. I like cars. I can't do anything with them. I like land, and I can't buy any because it's so dang expensive. So, I mean, I understand. Like,
move to other states where you can buy them because I'll be honest with you. If the further out you go in some states, cheaper land becomes, easier it is to get.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You're out in the county, and guess what? If you're out in the county in another state, you can shoot on your land.
Yeah, I like that too.
You can have your own range.
Exactly. That's a definite plus. I wish I could have a range in my backyard.
Yeah.
Not everyone's that lucky, but if you are lucky enough to have that, then good for you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go with the questions with Norm because I don't want him getting angry at me.
All right, so let's see what questions he said. What is your background? Where are you from? And where have you lived?
Okay, I've lived all over the country, but originally I'm from Mesa, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
It's southeast of Phoenix.
Yeah. So Arizona aren't there? Well, you said they make it a little stricter.
They're trying to make it a little stricter, but we'll see how that works out, considering the years that they've enjoyed freedom.
Yeah, I was gonna say their gun laws are pretty lax too, right? Compared to
theirs are some of the laxest in the country.
Yeah, I was gonna say compared to everywhere else.
I mean, the only place where you can get even freer than Arizona when it comes to gun laws, I think, is Alaska.
Alaska. Yeah, and that's just because you're out there versus the wilderness.
Alaska or Montana, one of the two.
Yeah, and isn't Montana like a lot of like just a
It's
lot of
just
open land?
open land. So if
Yeah,
you want to get some cheap land, I mean, you could probably find it in Montana.
yeah. I ain't going to Montana, but like I said,
Well,
I'm going to
I mean,
Washington.
it's just as far north as Washington. It's just a little further east.
Yeah, I gotta stay on the West Coast, man.
You're killing yourself there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll kill
So,
myself somewhere else doing something else. So it's not too bad.
well,
Um,
yeah,
any other questions Norman has? I'll go ahead and read them during the live question segment.
right, okay.
So don't worry, Norman. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. You had your chance to shine last week, though, bro. Come on, give NightStryke his chance. But
Listen, Norm. If we can ease Jerry into doing like a triumvirate Zoom call later, we should do a show all three of us together.
yeah, I'd be down with that. We can do not like a reunion, but just later on it'll
All
be
right. Yeah.
us three on here. No, I'll definitely down for that. But I guess this is an introduction, so that way people can know who you are and they can watch the part two.
So, uh, why don't I go? Why don't I go and tell you guys? As I said, I'm originally from Arizona. Uh, I first right now I do a lot of firearm related stuff because when I was like 4 or 5, I was introduced to firearms from family friends. When we were living in Tucson, Arizona, and then I got more interested in the firearms when I was in the Boy Scouts. Before all that bad stuff happened in the Boy Scouts. This was back in my mid '90s. So at that point, uh, and I got both. I got both the muzzle loading badge and the shotgun badge when they
Oh
still
yeah.
allowed Boy Scouts to do that kind of thing. So that was good. I
Amen to
never made
that.
my I never made my Eagle Scout. I didn't push enough, and it is harder to get your Eagle Scout than it's not, because with that you have to do a project that's worthy of getting the Eagle Scout achievement. So I stopped halfway.
Do you have
Unfortunately,
Do you have any children?
no, I am
No.
single.
Oh,
So
okay.
any ladies out there that want a gun guy, I'm here.
Hey, let's go.
I'm single.
So no children that you know of, okay?
No, I know for a fact there is no children out there.
Okay. Do you have nieces or nephews? And
Nope, I'm the oldest.
oh, okay. What about friends, like family friends? Like do they have kids that you're kind of
I mean,
familiar with?
my cousin had a kid not too long ago, and that's about as far. But she's about the same age as my brother, so a few years younger, 4 or 5.
Okay. What at what age do you believe it's okay to introduce a child to a firearm?
Honestly, I learned at 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Here's the thing: people get really jittery when it comes to kids and firearms and trying to teach kids firearms, because kids are impulsive, and sometimes kids don't listen entirely, because they're just
They're
they're
having
still
fun.
they're still having fun. They're kids. You got to But the thing is, I think that I learned at 4 or 5. I don't see that as a bad age to teach them. But again, when you teach your children, you need to reiterate, safety. You need to reiterate to don't point the firearm at anything you're not willing to shoot. So never point it at a person unless you're willing to shoot that person. Never point it at a car, a vehicle, or a house unless you're prepared to shoot that car, vehicle, or house.
Yeah.
You know, Period. Because yes, they're fun. They're fun tools, but the issue is that you want everyone to be safe while using firearms. Period.
Yeah, because just one simple mistake can be the end of
One
someone.
simple one simple mistake and your hand can be blown off.
Yeah. Jeez.
No, I'm not
But
kidding. I've seen it happen on a YouTube video.
oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say in person. I was like, geez.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. I don't remember which YouTuber, but he almost blew his thumb off.
Dude. Uh, do you
Yeah.
remember that YouTube couple that like he told his wife to shoot him with the he was gonna hold the book covering his chest and he told his wife to shoot him because the book will stop it.
Ah, ah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Jerry. Don't
No,
do
no,
that.
no.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah, and anyways, I think it was a 45, and it ended up killing him because obviously that caliber of bullet
Okay,
is gonna go
okay.
through a book.
Let's put it this way: if the 45 can go through a World War II Nazi helmet, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know if that was before all the strict YouTube laws, or, but I'm sure that kind of helped to it too.
Yeah, probably help. But again, with kids, teach before you show them a gun, before you let them even handle the gun unloaded. Teach them
Yeah.
proper firearm safety. Just say, don't always point the gun in a safe direction. Never point it at anybody or anything. Period. Because you can never take the chance with it not being loaded.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's
I
crazy,
mean,
man.
because that's one of the firearm safety laws.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
treat them like you would treat an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's some adults that don't even know know some of that stuff.
I mean, I've seen some of the adults on YouTube and just in general real life, and let's be honest. We may have aged to the age of 37, 40, 50. It doesn't matter what age, but we still are like 12 or 15.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Hey, it does get pretty fun shooting some firearms. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah,
no,
it's
no.
amazing.
Whether you target practice, whether you're shooting targets, whether you're shooting clays. I love to shoot clays too. But no matter what you do, always do it safely.
Hell yeah, I agree
You
on
know what I
that,
mean?
man. And yeah,
So
it's. I know. I was just trying to think. There's been times where I've been with some people and they didn't know much about firearms and they're freaking waving the thing around. And I told them, I'm like, hey, you guys need to cut that out. I don't want to keep telling you. If I have to tell you one more time, we're gonna have to wrap this up and go because
yeah.
I'm not gonna lose my face over some mistake.
I know people are gonna hear this and say, "NightStrike, you're talking an awful lot about safety." Um, for people, for your normal viewers, Jerry, that aren't into firearms, they need to know that safety is nothing to joke about. It's nothing to smirk around. Just leave caution to the wind.
Yeah,
No, you got to be safe when you're handling. I mean, do you recklessly drive a car? No.
exactly.
Do you recklessly drive a forklift at work? No. If you use a forklift at work,
Yeah,
obviously. But
I wish
you
I
know,
kind of did
it,
sometimes at my work. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, yeah. It's just like with any tool or equipment or hardware. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a firearm, a forklift, or let's just use a generator as another point. If you use it wrongly and people can get hurt because of that, well, that's your fault.
yeah, exactly. And what they say, you're responsible for every bullet that leaves your gun.
Mm. You're
So
well, every bullet technically you're responsible for every shot,
yeah.
but bullet, same thing.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was,
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
yeah, I was gonna say that's just
It's the
how
same
I
thing.
thought about it. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Like one of the first things whenever anyone hands me a gun, I always check to see if it's loaded or unloaded. You're supposed to hand it to them.
Right.
What is it? Uncocked? I don't know the exact term.
Uh, well, it depends. Honestly, it depends on the type of firearm.
Yeah.
If you can uncock the handgun or the rifle, then you do that. If it doesn't work that way, then you just keep. Honestly, I'll be honest, and people are gonna give me issues for this, but even if the gun is loaded, as long as the safety's on, if it's got a safety, that's good enough. Just don't try and pull the trigger. The safety's on.
Yeah,
I
keep
mean,
your
it's
finger
it's
up
good.
the
It's good.
trigger.
It's good enough. But some people are go to the extremes with safety. So it's preferable if you're going to hand a gun to someone, do it when it's empty.
Yeah, and then
And then just teach them how to load it and use it, because who knows, they may need that information and knowledge sometime down the road.
yeah, no, I agree. And or someday they need to grab your gun for some reason and you're not able to reach it. They'll know how to
Right?
use it too. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Yeah, like you said, keep your finger off that trigger.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos out there on YouTube where there's some bad trigger discipline. I tell you.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then
I'll be honest. When I was a little younger, and even in some of my older videos, I was a little bit, I may have been just a little bit bad with trigger discipline. I'll give you that. But again, I was out in my own backyard shooting because, hey, guess what? Backyard range.
yeah, so a little more careless. Let's just like the yeah.
Just
But it's okay.
I learned better.
You're being a little gunslinger in your yard.
You know.
Um, what kind of targets do you like to shoot in your
Well,
range?
I've got a couple steel targets. The small one, the medium sized one, and I got a gong.
Oh, nice. That's pretty
You
cool.
know, the one where when you hit it, it goes boom.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that kind.
There's nothing better than hearing the audio sound when
Oh
you
yeah.
hit something. That way
Well,
not only do you know you hit it, but it just sounds nice. It's just a
the latest rifle I got, the sound from that rifle is even better
oh yeah. What kind of
because
rifle is that?
because after the ace shot, ping, I've got an M1 Garand,
M1.
an M1. Yeah,
Oh wow, that's
the Garand. It's eight shot. It's an 8-shot clip fed weapon because N block clip is what the Garands used, and
uh sorry, real quick. So a lot of people call like magazines clips.
they
That
call them that's wrong.
yeah.
Okay, clips. Technically, the original definition of clips were stripper clips, which you'd use to load, you load 5 rounds into the magazine portion of a bolt action rifle. The original military ones.
Yeah.
That was the original clip, but magazines that hold 10 rounds, if you live in California, or 30 if you live in the rest of the country,
Or more.
or more, depending on whether you got a drum or you just got a higher capacity magazine. But those are magazines, and you don't load them. You can load them with the AR magazines. You can get the spoon, which is basically a thing you put on top of an AR mag, and then you can just use stripper clips to load the magazine that way. But that's also probably where some people get the whole idea of clips and magazines, because they're using stripper clip 5.56 into AR-15 magazines.
Yeah, growing up, I would call the magazines clips because that's what I assumed they were called, and then I learned quickly like, oh, they're not clips. You call them magazines.
There's two, but with the M1 Garand, it's the greatest battle implement ever devised by George Patton, General Patton, and it's just it is the most. I know it sounds bad, but when you're empty, the clip being ejected by the rifle gives the most satisfying ping. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch like Band of Brothers, or go watch Saving Private Ryan, or go play a World War II video game like the original Call of Duty, where it was World War II,
Yeah.
or play if you play PC games, Day of Defeat, where at the last round you hear this ping. That's that end block clip being ejected from the rifle because you're empty.
Yeah, I had a question about the M1.
Go for it.
Do you have to fire all 8 rounds before you can take off the clip, or can you?
Yes, yeah, you got to fire all 8 rounds, or you eject all 8 rounds. You don't have to actually fire the rounds, but you have to eject all the rounds before the clip
Okay.
gets, because the clip is automatically ejected once it's empty.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
it's all based on a spring mechanism.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't know that, and I was really curious because like the only time I've seen an M1 is in video games,
Yeah.
and you reload it in the middle of the when you're not getting shot. You can reload it like when you have 3 bullets left in the clip. So
Yeah, you can add more. You can add more to the clip while it's loaded in the gun. But again, you're better off just firing off the rounds and then adding a new clip in. It's a lot easier.
that's pretty cool. I think that's
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's something awesome that well, I don't know how many people know that, but I wasn't too sure, and man, that's why I love this show because I get to learn stuff that I had questions about. This is great. And I think too, if I was in someone's house in the middle of the night for some reason and I see them pull out an M1, I'm gonna be like, what the heck?
Oh, it gets even better. It gets even better. I mean, live streaming, you can still show pictures of guns, but you can't show the actual gun
Yeah.
itself. The thing is, I've got the World War One bayonet for the 1903. It was also they also used it on the they cut the blade in half and they used it on the M1 Garand. But if you just got the 1903 bayonet, it'll fit on the M1 Garand, so it makes it literally a spear.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. So you don't waste time
So
on.
no. Well, if zombies ever happen, like some people are hoping, you got an extra arm's length of distance, man.
Yeah, and it looks nice. It looks nice on your M1. A lot of people think that they're like, oh, isn't that overkill? Like, do you really need that on your gun? No,
Yes.
no, I don't need it. I want it, and I have it on there. Right? Well, that's my opinion. What were you saying?
Yeah. So, here, I'll post this to you in the chat. You can see it later.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah,
that's what it looks like with the bayonet.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I definitely gonna have to check that out in a bit. I gotta figure out how to screen share on here without interrupting the stream.
Well, it says you can screen share at the bottom, but you disabled it.
Yeah. I haven't tried it out. I was going to, but I don't know if it's gonna mess up my slides on the OBS broadcast.
If you're using OBS, you could just
yeah, trust me.
I'm not going to try and explain OBS because even I have problems using it sometimes.
Well, no, I can change one slide and then I'll go back to my other slides, and sometimes the video screens will be all messed up. It's happened a couple times without screen share, so I haven't really messed with that yet. I will though. I guess since you're kind of familiar with streaming, how do you decide who to bring on your podcasts or on your episodes, like on your Thursday night or your Friday night?
I'm not selective. It's just whoever I can get to show up, I invite. So I invite like 30 or 40 people, and I usually get 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10 people.
Okay. And how do you manage to like not have people talking over each other? Or...
It's hard. It's hard sometimes. Sometimes you have to corral them. Sometimes you do have to mute everyone and then just let everyone unmute themselves. You got to lay the hammer down sometime.
Yeah, no, I feel you, because with just you, it's there's a little, not a little disconnect, but a little lag, like between when I hear what you say and what I say, like compared to in person. So I'm sure with 10 more people, it gets pretty crazy,
Well, you do realize that I am on the East Coast. Yeah. Literally, I'm in South Carolina, near the Atlantic Ocean. You're on the West Coast. You are closer to the Pacific Ocean than I am. So yes, there's going to be lag. Even though I got fiber optic internet, it's really damn fast.
Yeah.
It still has to travel thousands of miles over to the West Coast.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like that kind of magic that we have now.
So I mean, I know computers, computers and guns and a few other things I know really well. And you're gonna get a little lag.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not gonna be like Call of Duty where you need only like 20 or 30 ping because you don't want to play with people that are still on dial-up.
Yeah, you don't even want to get me started on the new Call of Duty. Any voice chat on there, everyone sounds like a robot and muffled. You can't even talk to your friends.
I mean, if you're just talking about the new Modern Warfare. I played that one too.
Oh, Cold War.
Yeah, I don't play Cold War. No, yeah. I just play the original, the remake of Modern Warfare.
Yeah, that one was nice. I like that one.
And I play that one, and it's just that's the problem. I mean, if you're gonna make a video game, that it doesn't matter what the content, what the storyline, doesn't matter. Okay, don't try and build voice chat, voice over IP. Don't try and do any of that in your game. Just make the damn game, and then just let people use whether they like. There are some people who still hold out using TeamSpeak. They use Mumble. Let people use Discord. Just let them use whatever they want, and don't try and add it in because it's only giving more people a headache than it is actually solving a problem.
The thing I like about the new games is they're all crossplay. So yeah. I play on my PC. I got to play with my friends on their PlayStation and the Xbox. So it's kind of hard to join a party like that when everyone doesn't really have all.
I
Not
don't I don't
everyone
know
has.
if I don't know if you know Never Enough Ammo on YouTube, but
No, you.
me and him play Left for Dead. We play Call of Duty Modern Warfare every so often. We play we've played other games too. It's just you know he's in the games too, but the good thing is that with the Modern Warfare, we had a bunch of people, we had a bunch of friends, and even some of his fans wanted to play video games with us. And the only way to do that was with Call of Duty because you got the PlayStation, you got the Xbox, you got PC, you got the best of all worlds.
Yeah. So I hope they integrate
So
that with more games going on because I like that feature.
I mean, crossplay is where the video game industry needs to move to if you're doing online games because it doesn't make sense hosting a set of servers for one console, hosting a set of servers for another, and then hosting a set of servers for all the people playing PC. It just
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Just make it so you only have to host one set of servers and everybody can connect.
Yeah, and if people complain about, oh, they have a mouse and keyboard, oh, they have this control, well, hey, you bought that system. That's that's on you.
All,
you know?
all I'm gonna say is PC Master Race. That's
Yeah.
it.
Do you game with a mouse and keyboard when you play first person
Oh
shooters?
yeah,
I,
first person shooters. But the thing is, I'm left-handed, but I game right-handed.
oh, okay. Um,
So I'm giving myself an automatic handicap.
yeah. I was gonna say I'm trying to get used to the. I'm new to keyboard and mouse. I play the campaign. I play the campaign that
You,
way,
you
so
know,
I
you
can
know what
learn.
we call that? You're a console peasant holdout. That's what we call that.
That's fine. I don't. As long as I'm having fun, I'm not having fun if I'm
Yeah.
getting like beat on online when I
That's
don't have that advantage.
so.
But like I said, when I play campaign, I use the keyboard and mouse. That way I can learn, and I'm trying to ease into it. But it's
So
hard. It's hard when you've grown up playing on a remote. But do you have any regulars on your podcast?
yeah, Norm is an infrequent regular. He can't always be there, but he pops up every now and then because with as I mentioned before, I run. We mentioned I've run Guntube. I set up a meeting conferencing software, specialized for Guntube, where anyone can start up a chat, host it, and live stream to YouTube.
Okay,
Okay,
that's pretty cool.
I've done that. It's specialized software that I've got configured just for that, and we've got a method where if you're hosting a chat, you can have someone call in one person, and Norm's used that a couple times. He's also just jumped in just on a computer too.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's on there. I got a couple other guys. Another bigger YouTuber. I remember when he was smaller than me, but he does videos constantly. Travis P11.
Oh, you know what? I heard of Travis on your one of your episodes, the Thanksgiving one.
Yeah,
He was telling you about the safe you bought, about the key.
yeah. He was right about the key. I mean, oh, hold on. Let me go. It's right here on my desk. Yes, here is the key. Here is the key. I took off the digital lock on that safe. Actually, I was looking. Where's the keyhole? There's no keyhole here. And just right there, staring me in the face. There's a keyhole.
Yeah. So yeah, I do watch your show. I had to.
Surprised you caught that one. Yes, I'm. Props on that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I recognize Travis. He sounded pretty cool. I probably will check out his stuff.
Travis is indeed cool.
I
Just
remember.
don't let him play with your new firearms because he will break them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I won't let him play with that though.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He Defense Dad, another YouTuber, let him play with let him shoot his new Taurus G3C, and the magazine disconnect broke on it.
Oh wow. And of
Yes.
course
The
Travis is
magazine
getting the
fell
blame.
out.
Yeah. And
You know,
Travis is
I
getting the
think-
blame.
Yeah, Travis got the blame on that one. Yes, they fixed it and they sent it back to him, but Travis gets the blame on that one.
Do you like
So-
Taurus as a
I'm-
as a gun
I like
company?
I like all guns. I mean, even I know people give them a lot of crap for them being pot metal guns and whatnot, but I even like Jimenez guns.
I haven't heard of Timenis.
Jimenez arms.
No, I haven't heard of
Yeah.
those yet.
They're basically fly by night or Saturday night special guns type guns. But I like all firearms. Yes, I do. Don't I am different. I do have an aversion to Glocks because I really don't like Austrians. But that's for another reason entirely. Look, just if you want to know why, just look at 1933, and that's all I need to say on that.
Okay. And I'm not a big Glock guy myself. I like them. They're
I mean,
they're
I'll
amazing guns.
if a friend has it and wants me to shoot it, no problem. I have no problem going and shooting Glocks. I mean, as far as ammo, I'll even bring my own ammo if that's the problem. But again, I'm not a big Glock fan.
Yeah, and it's funny because you guys were talking about the ergonomics on the MMP and the Glock.
I don't like the ergonomics on the Glock. You notice how the
it's at a curve.
The ergonomic on it, yeah, that Glock curve. It's just, I mean, if I was going to own any Glock, I'd have to own the 17 just for it being the original. But that's about as far as I'd go.
Yeah, no, I agree. My first firearm was my MMP, the 9mm full sized,
Right.
and I told Storm and Norman I was gonna get either that, a Glock, or a Springfield XD. Those are my 3 choices. They were around $450 to $500. You know.
Right.
They all were reliable, and so it was pretty much a toss up between those. I didn't like the Glock because of the grip. And I ended up going with the MMP because I was able to change the grip on there to one that fits my hand. My friend had the Springfield XD, and my other friend had a Glock. So when we go shooting, we each use each other's gun, and you know what? Yeah. They're all good guns. They're all good guns.
But, you know the first handgun I bought?
Which one is that?
It's not the first gun I bought, but it's the first handgun I bought. It wasn't an American made, but it was an American design.
Which one is that?
The 1911.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The full size, military. I got an A1 copy, more or less.
Oh, nice.
Full size, 5-inch.
I remember my father-in-law. We got him a 1911, but it's a 22 because he doesn't like any other caliber than 22. yeah. So trust me, I felt weird buying it.
Did he say what caliber is this in?
Yeah, no, he only likes 22. He liked it, but
he liked it. He was okay.
Yeah, he liked it.
Because I'm weirded out by a guy that only wants to shoot 22. I mean, if he's doing it just because it's cheaper than other calibers, I can see that. But I hate to say it, but if you're doing any sort of hunting, you need more than just a 22. Because have you ever tried to take down a bear with a 22?
Yeah. All he uses it for is to kill pigs.
You only piss him off.
He only likes it to kill pigs when he makes carnitas.
Carnitas, yes.
Yeah, so that's why he got the 22, and he just likes the style of it. So, like I said, we weren't complaining.
Yeah, just if he likes it, go for it. But yeah, my first handgun was a 1911, and I love it. I still have it. Yes, it's a Philippine-made 1911, but here, shocker. My great-grandfather's from the Philippines. I have no problem with the Filipinos because, it's in my blood.
Hey, ask Norman, here where we live, there's a bunch of Filipinos, man. And I grew up here. I love lumpia.
If I ever find a picture of my grandmother and me, I can show you a picture of my grandmother. Even though she was half Filipino, half Irish American, she looked full Filipino.
Yeah,
I mean,
nobody can tell you're related.
No one. And even when me and my cousins went with her to the park when we were younger, I was like 4 or 5, 5, 6, 7 years old. My cousins were like 3 or 4. And it's just like at one point there'd be this old white couple. It's like, look at that Asian lady. She stole all those white kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
the babysitter.
And then my cousin says, "Grandma, what are those people saying?" And my grandmother was like, "Shut up! Don't listen to them. They're idiots." And then the husband is like, "Shut up!" Saying "shut up" to his wife.
Yeah. No, man. It's like
I heard shit like that all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because it's got this old Asian lady with a bunch of white kids. I mean.
Hey, you said you're part Irish, right?
I'm part Irish. I'm part everything, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're in America, it's kind of hard not to be part everything.
It's kind of hard not to.
I'm also part Irish.
Yeah.
So my grandfather, he's from Ireland. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that. You know, everyone just thinks, I look Mexican.
I mean, it's not un-American to have ancestry that splits out, because remember, your family tree splits out into like thousands of branches. Now, if your family tree just goes straight down, you got bigger problems.
Hey, you know how I asked if you had any regulars? Well, G23 is here. Defense Dad is here.
Yeah, so I mentioned some of them earlier in the chat.
Say Defense Dad. He's the one with the Taurus, right? With the
he's the one with the Taurus that Travis P11 broke.
The broken Taurus guy. Well, what up, everyone that just joined in? I'm happy to have you guys here.
I mean, I went and posted on my YouTube community page that we're live over here, we're having fun, chatting, just talking a little bit about everything. So I also posted on my Discord that we're.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And for you guys watching, if I don't give you a shout out right away, don't think I'm ignoring you. My focus is on NightStryke, so I want to get to know him. But
if you have a comment or question out there, if you don't say it, we don't know it's there.
Yeah, and if you have a question and I don't read it, I have a live question segment. I'll read any question then. But for now, I'm just trying to get to know NightStryke.
Please, nice questions, please.
Yeah, any question.
Oh God, now you're opening it up.
But he doesn't have to answer any question he doesn't want to. That's how that works.
Okay. Oh my God, that concept sounds un-Californian.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. You don't have to appease anyone you don't want to, man. It's right. It's your life.
We still have that right.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah. So far.
so far. Yeah. Until January.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. I'm glad your regulars are here, or not even your. I'm sorry, I call you guys regulars, but that's just because.
No, they're some of the guys. It's they love watching live streams and hanging out and participating. So
I know you guys. I know you guys talk to each other. I'm sure about how your guys' show went. But what kind of feedback did you receive when you started Guntube?
Oh, I've gotten. The broad spectrum of feedback is about the same as the broad spectrum of feedback you get on YouTube channels, where you've got people that are supportive, people that support what you're doing, people that want to help out and do more, and then on the opposite side, you got the people who are they don't really see why you're doing it, they don't care why you're doing it, they don't want you to do it, and then you've got the people that, hey, we just want to troll everybody, we don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have that broad spectrum on not only just YouTube, but even when you're trying to put forth a project like Guntube.org, you're going to have that too. You're going to have that, but unfortunately, on that scope, it's going to be 2-3 times as large as what you normally do on YouTube.
Okay. I guess when you first started Guntube, how was the response then from people? Was it positive?
Most of it was positive, and then there was I would say there was a 0.25% that didn't see the need for it, didn't care about it, didn't want to hear it, and didn't want to, and just wanted to troll.
Yeah. Okay. And then since you first started it, now you get more of a mixed feedback, just because it's just you have more of a bigger audience, right? At first, I'm sure you had that audience and the people that were really into it. Now you get other people that follow them, and they're just like, "Oh, this is cool," but whatever.
Well, a couple months ago, you I don't know if you have heard of them, but there's another platform called Gunstreamer. Have you heard of them?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, there's another platform called Gunstreamer. A couple months ago, they said they were going to close down because Austin, the guy who runs Gunstreamer, was he decided he was going to, close Gunstreamer. And I started. There are a couple. There's not a lot. A lot of people post videos to Gunstreamer, but there's not a lot of active community. So basically, I went and just messaged everyone, say, guys, if you want to be part of a more active community, if you want to get a hold of people who actually run the platform and actually have them take some notice to what you're doing, come over here and hang out on Guntube.
Yeah.
So I got some people who weren't. They still did YouTube videos, but some of these people were primarily just Gunstreamer people.
Yeah.
So.
And then pretty much, hey, if you want someone to talk guns to, go ahead and join Guntube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like let's just say around here, I don't really have a lot of people to talk guns to.
No,
Yeah,
no, you don't.
So
I mean, Norm is like the only guy you've got to talk to guns
yeah,
about.
exactly. And then it's always good just to hear
Yeah.
different perspectives on things, on anything, not just guns.
On anything.
Yeah.
No.
So I think that's pretty awesome that you're doing that. That's why when you reached out to me, I was interested in talking to you about your YouTube, and then I found out more that you were the GunTube guy, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just you know. And there's going to be a point to where, as with any business, you're going to have to, separate your YouTube stuff from the actual business stuff because, you know, even though you are the guy running it, you can't always. Sometimes you might say the wrong thing, or it might be taken or misconstrued a certain way, and you'll get flack.
Yeah, they might try to weaponize your words against you.
At the very least, you'll get flack. At the most, they weaponize your words against you.
You don't have a flak jacket there to help you out?
I'm pretty sure I ordered one from Norm, but he hasn't delivered it yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
I'm kidding on that, but no, I don't have a flat
Norm, send it in a flat rate box, bro. It won't cost too much to send out. Just they don't ask you what's inside.
I've got to send him some stuff, so I got to do that first before I get that.
Hey, bro, if you send me a GunTube hat, I'll wear it every once in a while when my hair's too long.
Honestly, I don't have any GunTube hats. Patches. I've got tons of patches. So.
Okay, that's actually pretty smart though. I might do that too.
Let's see if I can get it back on properly.
Yeah, don't put it on upside down.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough.
No, that's actually pretty cool. I might steal that idea.
And that way you can get a patch made for your channel or for just anything that you want, and just buy a hat that has a Velcro on it, and then just take the patch off, put a new one
on. What kind of feedback did you receive when you started GunTube? Like, what do the content creators tell you? I know I asked you this already, but did they tell you hey, I appreciate this channel. I've been trying to get this out for I've been trying to do gun stuff for a long time, and YouTube.
Yeah, I got a lot of that. I got a lot of people that love to see a new take on the whole platform.
Yeah, a
new platform to do stuff on, and there was a lot of overwhelming support because I didn't have all the money to set up the servers right away, so I ran an Indiegogo campaign to set up Guntube, and it's running quite well now. And thanks to that campaign and everyone that participated in that, and it's just I got some flack from people that just wanted to troll, and they're just the whole spectrum's like, well, I don't see why you need to show guns on the internet anyways.
Okay. I guess I was a little more interested on the people that upload the videos too.
People that upload videos. Well, look at Norm. Go and ask him, Norm, why do you upload gun videos?
Yeah.
Or Defense Dad's out there. Defense Dad, why do you do gun videos? Well, because it's your hobby. It's what you're interested in. That's why you do it. You don't video game just to play video games. You video game to unwind, to de-stress, to have fun. That's why you do it. And same thing applies to videos. You got to change the mindset from just being against one thing or everything to opening your mind to being receptive to everything.
Yeah. Okay. And sorry, I know it sounds kind of repetitive, but this interests me because obviously we're on YouTube right now. When Storm and Norman said raw and unfiltered.
Literally on Guntube. I mean, as I said, you're not the only requirement. The only requirement I have on videos, the only policy set in stone is one, no porn.
Yeah.
And two, if you're gonna post videos on Guntube, at least have guns in the videos or have a couple gun videos. I mean, if you're cooking with guns and you want to primarily show more of a cooking stuff, but at the end show whatever your barbecue gun is, that still belongs on Guntube because hey, I don't care if you're going to teach people how to cook with guns.
Okay, so I can't have a diary and then just not have anything.
No, it's got to be firearms related. That's the kick. That's the kick.
Okay. No, that's
but
cool.
as far as other than that, I mean, that's not those two things are not a lot to ask for, are they?
No. Well, I mean, if you're on the wrong site, you're on the wrong site if you want something different, right?
if you want porn, there's better places than Guntube.
Yeah.
I mean, the wrong type of guns, one, and two, there's better sites.
Okay.
I'm not gonna name any, but we know there's better sites.
Hey Norman, don't name any. I know you're probably gonna try to go name some of them.
Well, no, Norm does. Norman is pulling out the gun porn. Where if anybody doesn't know what gun porn is, that's just showing off your new cleaned, or just showing off firearms in general. That's called gun porn, where it's just the unadulterated firearm, and
He's like, dang. He's like, look, I got this all stripped and disassembled. He's like, just show you.
It could be that, or it's a new picture of your nice cleaned gun. I mean, that's what gun porn is, or as some people call it, gorn, and that's okay on Guntube as well. But again, you got to do it in a video because it's all video right now.
So for anyone anyone watching this that's not from your community, what would be a good reason to go watch your videos on your YouTube?
Okay, on my YouTube, I mean, lately since it's been the holidays, we've been talking about holiday stuff, and we've just been kind of I would say water cooler type chats lately. But normally when I do hit or miss Tuesday nights 9:00 Eastern, when I do that, basically. I try and go over, topics like gun-related news topics that happen all over the country, or any if there are any recalls for firearms. If you bought a new firearm and there's a recall on it, try and cover that kind of stuff. Also, any laws that are coming up that are trying to restrict our rights to firearms, I cover that. Just all across the board, like even sometimes I even do Q&A where if you just have a shooting question, we can talk about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then I guess too they kind of
get questions.
They kind of get to know the person behind the website too more, right? You in particular. Yeah. They get to just see how you're like and
yeah. I don't normally use my camera though. I just use my
audio. It's just audio.
My awesome logo.
Yeah.
You can see the awesome logo right there.
No, you can't.
Well, when I have it up.
Hold on. Try it one more time. Let me see if it works this time.
See.
Nope. It's just my face. Nah, it's because how I have it set up on Let me go. How I have it set up on the OBS. Remember how I told you it's finicky?
Right.
Yeah, so that's why. So sorry guys, you just got to see my face zoomed in all pretty.
There you go.
That didn't work out how you wanted. But it's funny because
I tried.
It's funny because I have YouTube Premium, so I can watch YouTube videos with my screen off. I pay a little bit more, but it's because I use it at work. So when I watch your videos, it's all audio anyways, so it's not much of a difference for me. How I normally watch or listen to shows on YouTube anyways. So so I didn't really notice too much.
I don't have YouTube Premium. I just have ad blockers installed on my web browsers to skip all the ads.
Yeah. Well, it's not about the ads. It's about listening. It's about me being able to turn my phone off at work while I listen to stuff. Because
I know, because you just want to listen to videos.
Yeah, because then I'd kill myself at work because it'd be so boring. I was gonna say, what direction do you want to take your NightStryke channel on YouTube?
I've got a really good 1080p camera that I don't know if you know this YouTube channel. He's an older gun channel. He does more of his architecture stuff now because he builds houses. But Artisan Tony gave me a really awesome 1080p camera not too long ago to record stuff with, and I've been shooting videos. The only problem is primarily the videos I have shot, they've been basically with using my cell phones. I haven't recorded them in 1080p. I've recorded them in 720. Now that I'm up to 1080, the videos are much longer and much bigger. Like
the editing process, right?
I recorded a video with me and AWAG1000. He's another YouTuber, and I recorded video of us just hanging out in the backyard, shooting guns, having fun, and it was like 2 hours, and that ended up being like 17 gigabytes.
Yeah, no, I
video, and that's pretty large.
That's what she said, but no, I agree.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
It does take a while to edit these videos and to render them and stuff. Luckily for me, since I do this live, I don't really gotta process the videos too much. I have it record this stream, so I'm able to go back to my file that I have them in and just pull them from there.
Right.
But
can you flip my video over, because I think you have it wrong.
Maybe. Yeah, we're both looking the same way, it looks like. But I mean I didn't flip it, but that's just how it is on Zoom. It flips it on my view.
It's weird.
Yeah. I was gonna say probably the way I'm looking on your Zoom is different than the way I'm looking, just because that's what they do.
You look the same as what you look on YouTube. Remember, I got 3 screens.
Yeah. Well,
I've got the YouTube chat open. I see everyone out there. Oh boy.
Yeah.
There's some.
Yeah. Hey, let them talk with each other. Let them have fun. This is a everyone's show. This is the Why Not Me podcast. It's not just why not Jerry, why not NightStryke, why not the audience.
10 watchers, man. You're getting up there.
Yeah, I like it. I appreciate every single one of them.
Remember, guys, if you're not commenting out there, you don't let us know you're out there, we can't respond.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. And I like doing this live because I get to include everyone in this. If it was just us, we wouldn't have been able to let everyone know, what they think of the stuff they ask. And it's pretty cool. So, I like your community. I like my community, and I'd like anyone else that just joins for fun. It's pretty.
Not only am I into guns, but I'm also a gamer myself. So yeah. I play lots of video games because I can't afford all the firearms in the world. I'd love to, but the problem is when machine guns made before 1986 now cost $50,000 to own. Yeah, that's above a certain set group of people's price points.
Yeah, no, I can't afford that. I'm not damn Bilzerian.
I can't even afford $10,000 for a gun.
Jeez,
because even the low end, like the low end 9mm registered machine guns, like the Uzis or the Mac 10 or 11s, that's 9mm 45. They're like $8,000 or $9,000, $10,000.
Jeez,
I can't afford that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can pass the background check, and I can pay the tax stamp. $200 is nothing, for the tax stamp. But $10,000 on top of that.
You think they'll give you a personal loan to purchase a firearm?
I don't think you can get a personal loan for firearms, because if I could get that, man, I would definitely buy like an M14, an original M14 on the NFA, on the registered list, or get like an M16 or like one of those drop-in auto sears that you can just drop in a rifle.
Yeah, I think they don't do that because if you don't make the payments on there and if they try to go collect the money, you might not let them, or the money or the gun, you might not let them get it back.
I mean, for you viewers watching out there, a lot of the guns you see in video games and whatnot, if the type of gun you use in a video game was made before 1986 and it was registered with the ATF before the 1986 deadline, then you can't own it. It's just the low end of the full auto spectrum is like $10,000. The high end can be up as much as $50,000 to $100,000, depending on how rare the gun is.
Yeah, if I have to choose between a car or a gun, I mean,
you choose the car.
Yeah, the car can get me. Well, I mean, a gun might be able to get me a car, but
hey man, this ain't Grand Theft Auto. This is real life. I'm sorry.
I was like, maybe it's an investment.
I mean, last I heard, they don't have any flying DeLoreans yet that you can run away in. So
yeah, no, I'm just
there's a joke on GTA 5 right there.
So I don't know if you saw the last episode, right? NightStrike, and
I
you
got
got
it.
glimpses of it.
I
So
got glimpses of it. I might have fallen asleep because I was watching it late at night, but
it's
I
okay.
got most of it. Yeah.
You were bored. That's fine. But but
Yes, I was bored.
Storm and
You got
Norman said that, or he referenced, Salinas was kind of a bad area, and I grew up here in
it.
Salinas,
Right.
so I had this friend in school. Well, not really a friend, just like someone I knew.
Yeah.
He would break into houses and steal stuff from people, and
Bad juju.
yeah, so he broke into someone's house, and I guess he got a handgun, and he went to go sell it to some guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, can I check it out?" I guess the guy he handed the guy the gun. He checked it out. He popped out the magazine. He saw it was loaded. He just put it back in, and then he started walking away. And then that person I knew told him like, "Hey, you gotta pay me." He just cocked it and looked at him, and then he just walked away. And yeah, he just ended up screwing himself over because he gave him a loaded firearm, and he had no defense himself.
Well,
So
he shouldn't have stolen it in the first place.
yeah, no, I
There,
agree.
there. I mean, whether you believe it or not, there's this thing called karma.
Yeah,
And if you do bad things your entire life, eventually it's gonna come around to bite you in the ass.
yeah,
That's the concept of karma. Okay, if you do bad things, then bad things are gonna follow you. If you
yeah.
do good things, eventually good things will follow you. But
I agree.
you're still gonna have bad experiences and good experiences in your life, regardless.
Yeah, I don't really believe in karma, to be honest.
You don't have to believe in
Yeah,
it, but take some stock into doing good deeds will get you further than doing bad deeds.
yeah, I agree on that. I'm not an asshole. Don't get me wrong. Well,
Well,
I am a little
you're
bit.
you're halfway there. You live in California.
Yeah, I say I am a little bit. Okay, I'm a little lying. But I'm a good person for the most part. I don't, I'm not trying to screw anyone or
No,
get the upper hand on anyone. That
no,
doesn't
neither
benefit
neither do
me.
I.
But but yeah, I just thought that was hilarious when I found out that that happened. I'm like, what an idiot.
Yeah, it's just this is wrong. It's just
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, and then it sucks for the original gun owner, because who knows what that other person's gonna end up doing with that firearm, and all the trouble they're gonna have to go through because of that.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but the other day, Tuesday last week before Thanksgiving, Tractor Supply had a sale on safes, and
Yeah.
I got like a 36 gun safe for $299
Oh,
because of
I
the
saw
Black
your
Friday
podcast
deal.
about it. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, you mentioned the key, but that safe usually retails for like $500.
Yeah. Hi.
So getting it for $300, $200 off, that's a pretty good deal.
Why didn't you get two?
I only had room for one.
You could
I only
justify.
have room.
You could
I mean,
justify it, be like $100 more, and I
I
got
mean,
two for the price of one.
I also showed a picture of the workbench that I'm currently assembling. I told Norm I was assembling it, and I've been assembling it all day, but I've only got it half assembled. The problem is, if you buy something from Harbor Freight, yes, some assembly is required.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is you have to assemble the whole damn thing, not just one part.
Yeah, and there might be more assembly later on required too.
Yeah, you might have to add on to it to make it usable, depending on what it is.
Some of their tools are cheap, and I mean it's not bad buying them every once in a while, but
No.
you're not going to use those tools often. Like you might use them a couple times, and then they might not work anymore.
Well, if you're doing what Norm does, you're going to use them often. If
Yeah.
you're doing, I'm going to start using the ones I've got more often, and I'm going to go and buy a vise so I can put on that workbench,
Yeah.
so I can start doing a little bit of what Norm does. Not a lot, I'm going to let him handle all the hard stuff, but I'm going to try and do some of my own stuff.
Well, I just meant they might wear out a lot faster than
Yeah,
better
well,
grade tools. But I
Well,
mean,
let's be honest. Nothing's made here in the United States anymore as far as tools. So yeah, it's gonna wear out. Nobody makes things to last anymore either.
yeah,
So
costs too much money.
it doesn't cost too much money. It's just that it doesn't make these companies as much money because they can't keep on selling these things all the time if they make them to last.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, especially it's kind of crazy, huh? When cars start falling apart after the warranty and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just,
You think it's designed that way? Hey,
yeah.
guess what? It is.
They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they would.
They
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
do that.
would. They
They care
would. They
about you,
would.
man.
No, they don't.
They care
You
about
know,
your bank account.
they only care about one thing: the almighty petrodollar.
Yeah, no, that's true. But so you made GunTube for you didn't make it for money. So
No,
where do you want
obviously, I'm still. Yes, I do have a Patreon for GunTube to help
to help the
cover
cost?
to help some of the costs because servers and hard drives aren't free. Computers cost money, regardless of whether you have them hosted in a data center or you're hosting it out of your home. You still have to pay for the electricity, for the internet. In case any part breaks, you have to replace those parts.
And then you still have
So,
more overhead from that too. That's
and,
just a
and I still have more overhead. So, I'm while I'm getting some support on Patreon, so it's patreon.com/guntube. But the issue is, I also have a store set up for GunTube for some GunTube merchandise to try and help get some more money to keep running GunTube
yes,
because
sir.
I am putting half what I'm getting from Patreon is only about a quarter of what it's costing me to run GunTube.
So you're in the
That's only
negative when it
I'm
comes.
I'm paying money out,
Yeah.
and I don't have a lot of work now because of what happened this year, and I don't want to go any further than that because I actually caught that this year too, and it sucked.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That sucks, man.
Yeah,
Um.
I got that in July. On July 4th, I caught COVID-19, and
Oh man.
I was literally not any better until like the beginning of September.
Yeah. Um. Did you really believe in COVID-19
I mean,
before you got it?
yes, I believed in it because I believe that yes, it was an awful virus flu that was going around. It's worse than the flu. Yes, I was concerned about it. Did I believe in all the hype, and do I believe it was overhyped? Yes. Yes, it's been overhyped, and it's constantly overhyped. And if you say, well, what about these second waves that are happening now? Well, that's just because you're letting more people travel. That's why. The more you let people travel, the more any virus is going to spread, or virus or flu or you know whatever is going to spread.
Did
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But the issue is that first they say, oh, you're not immune to it after you get it, or you're immune up to 4 months. Now you're immune up to 6 months. I'm like, how long am I immune to this for? I don't know.
it hasn't even been around for well, almost a year, right? So how would they even have known?
Apparently, they say the earliest cases were in November of last year in China.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
So,
November. That's why let's just say December. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like how can they technically even say that it lasts this long if they might
Uh,
not even really know either? It's just
so,
that's just kind of guesswork on their part as well. But how did having COVID impact your channel and GunTube?
well, I kind of went dark on YouTube for about 2 or 3 weeks because of Guntube. Well, not Guntube, because of COVID-19.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't around. If you text messaged me or emailed me, I would respond, but it took me a little while to do so because I was just I honestly I was taking a lot of Tylenol, cold and flu, and drinking hell of a lot of water, and just kind of sleeping mostly.
Yeah.
Or if I wasn't sleeping, I was laying in bed just watching TV because I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
I got pretty much every symptom that they gave you with COVID-19.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know some people that are
I didn't need a
asymptomatic.
respirator. I didn't need a
Oh,
respirator, so I was good. It's good there, but it's just. I mean, do I wish COVID-19 on anyone? Well, maybe my worst enemies, but that's a different story entirely.
yeah. That's a biological warfare right there.
Yeah, but
That's a different host.
but again, I am concerned about it. Do I want people to catch COVID-19? Absolutely not. I don't want people to catch it. I want people to be safe. I want people to, live their lives and be happy, enjoy firearms, enjoy your Second Amendment rights, enjoy your First Amendment rights, enjoy your constitutional rights or Bill of Rights in general. You know, I just want you to, as what Thomas Jefferson said, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That's what I want for everyone.
Nice. So I agree. I think that's a
I mean,
pretty good statement right there.
honestly, if there are people that don't want you to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, those are the people you got to watch.
I also want people to be successful in whatever they do.
Well,
And success
prob-
can be measured in
well,
different ways, right?
yeah, success can be measured in different ways, but also, I'm not going to say I want everybody to be successful all the way, all the time on the first try because, if you don't fail ever in your life, then that first failure is going to destroy you. You will never be able to recover from that if you've never failed before in your life. So, do I want people to fail? No, I don't want people to fail. But I want people to at least acknowledge or have failed at least once or twice, so they know what to do. So they don't fail again in the future.
Oh yeah, I
I want
agree.
people to learn because it's like there are some people that always succeed no matter what they do. They never fail, and that's you know
That's kind of rare though.
there's this thing called trial and error, and you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail your first couple times, or in some cases your first 100 times or 1,000 times, and then eventually you get it right.
Yeah,
And you got to apply that. You got to apply that to life. You can't always succeed on the first try.
that's true. And then with every minor setback, that gives you the major comeback. You can
Yeah.
push forward that much better. Um, but I mean, if someone's able to figure it out the right or not the right way, but just without any stumbles, I mean, I can't hate on that person. That's pretty
No,
awesome.
no, no.
You know?
Obviously not. No, no. But
But
again, we gotta learn. We gotta mature and learn as an individual and just as a society that you can't always succeed on the first try. You are gonna fail a lot.
yeah,
Not every time, but you're gonna fail in life, and you need to accept that failure, learn from it, and move on. And the next time you try, learn not to fail.
oh man, I've had a lot of failures on this show. I've had
I,
some.
I've seen some of your shows. Yes, I've seen them. It's primarily you were using the wrong gun in Modern Warfare. That's one of your problems.
Oh, no, I in Modern Warfare I die a lot, but I
I
get a lot of kills.
I've
That's my
seen how you play Modern Warfare. I mean, man, I wouldn't wish that. I'd only wish that on the opposite team I'm playing against.
Hey, I never lose. No matter what, I never lose.
No, your team never loses. You personally, your kill death ratio. We
Hey,
won't talk about
I'll
that.
go 42-42, bro. We'll win. Yeah, you laugh, but every team I'm on is
Hey,
a
hey,
good reason.
I'm worse at the game, so that's why I'm giving you crap.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I when I first started playing Call of Duty way back when I used to uh, I used to be more like a camper, but
Yeah,
it's just like I just got bored. You get bored of playing the game like that for so many years. I
yeah.
just
Well,
I could I could headshot you with the RPG in Modern
here's the
Warfare.
funny thing. Before I got the new Modern Warfare that came out, that's crossplay. The last Call of Duty game I had played was Call of Duty, the
Yeah.
original,
Oh dang.
back in like the late '90s, early 2000s. That one.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah. No, that's crazy.
It's
That's a
like
long.
20 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long gap. What made you decide to finally get back into Call of Duty?
Well, all of my friends were playing it. It was cross-play, so I figured why not pick it up.
Yeah.
Because I play a lot of video games, and as I said before, I play a lot of video games. I play so I can experience the guns I can't buy, because I
Yeah.
just can't afford them. And some of it is just like some of the games I play is because I enjoy playing games. It's how I de-stress. It's how I entertain myself.
Yeah.
It's how I have fun. Yeah, I can't always be out on the range because mine's an outdoor backyard range.
Yeah.
And if it rains, I don't have anything over my head, so I'm not
Sloshing
going
through
to
the
shoot.
mud. Yeah.
I'm not going to shoot in the rain. Oh yeah, definitely here in South Carolina because half of it's swamp.
And then ammo is expensive.
Yeah, ammo's getting a bit more expensive, but 22 is pretty cheap still.
Yeah. Well, going through it is expensive. Even if it's cheap, after going through
Yeah,
it for so long, you still got to spend money on it.
yeah,
Um. Yeah, it's crazy. But I think Modern Warfare is a good game for you to jump back in because if you had tried one of the space ones, you wouldn't have liked those at all. Yeah.
I would have been fine. I would have been fine because I've played space games. I play a lot of Star Wars. I play Star Wars: The Old Republic still.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
nice.
that game.
Halo.
Uh, I've got the Master Chief collection on PC.
Okay. Um. So, what state are you in? If you mind,
I live in South Carolina.
South
In
Carolina.
in Yeah, it's called the Palmetto State. I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm wearing a Palmetto State Armory T-shirt right here.
Oh, nice. So how are the gun laws over there in South Carolina?
our gun laws are good. The only real bad gun law we have is that you're not allowed to open carry in South
Can you
Carolina
give me one quick
unless.
second, sir? Everyone watching down below, or go ahead and comment what state you're in, and maybe we can go ahead and see. You guys can let us know what you like about your state when it comes to gun laws. But go ahead and what were you saying? You don't like the open?
Okay, the only bad gun law we have in South Carolina is you're not allowed to open carry a firearm unless you're going hunting or fishing.
Okay, what? Oh, okay. That's
Open
not.
open carry. So like in Arizona, they have constitutional carry, which means without a permit, you can carry a gun around on your hip, whether you
Yeah.
got it, conceal it or not. You can conceal it or not,
Or you can
and
show it. Yeah.
or you can show it. If you
Um.
show it, it's called open carry.
So if you open carry, can it be loaded, or
Well,
can there be
okay.
a gun in a
Hold,
bullet in the chamber or no?
well, do you want to have to try and cock the gun when you have to pull it on a criminal?
No, I understand, but when it comes to the
No.
law, open carry.
Well, open carry, you can keep it cocked and locked. It's just to make sure you don't have a negligent discharge. That's all they care about in
No, I
some
understand.
states. Yeah.
In
But in South Carolina, though, it doesn't matter how you carry it. It's you can keep it in your glove box of your car or in your center console, without a permit.
yeah.
But as far as carrying it openly on your hip, there's no open carry in South Carolina unless you're hunting or fishing.
Oh, okay. And
And it's weird. It's weird that they do it like that because we're one of the very few southern states that doesn't have open carry.
yeah, no, that is pretty odd.
Other than that, I mean, we don't have any gun laws other than that.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the only restriction we have.
That's pretty much the only restriction. Yeah.
In Washington, the only reason I say that is in Washington, I believe if you open carry, it can't be loaded, or it can't have a bullet in the chamber. Um, you can't have it loaded in the vehicle. The same as you said, it can be in the center console or the glove compartment.
It, in the southern United States, there's this law called Castle Doctrine. You know what Castle Doctrine is, right?
Kinda. Go ahead and explain it. Just for the people
Castle,
that don't know. Yeah.
for the people that don't know, Castle Doctrine is basically a piece of legislation that says that you are the king of your own castle, your own home. So you have and because of Castle Doctrine, your home is also extended to your vehicle, your cars.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
technically, you can
So
sleep in your vehicle, so yeah.
So in a lot of in the southeastern United States, a lot of states have Castle Doctrine, and basically that means you can carry your gun loaded or unloaded in your glove box or center console without a permit.
So G23, you say you're from Oregon. What are some of the laws you like in Oregon when it comes to guns, and what are some you don't like? Oh, I guess in Washington State you can open carry fully loaded. I guess I was
Yeah,
wrong about that.
you can, but just don't do it in Seattle. You'll get arrested.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure in Seattle, that's true.
Seattle's heavy anti-gun. So if you're going to move to Washington, you might want to look towards the country a little bit.
Yeah, it's central Washington. It's more in the rural area, and I have my concealed carry there, so I don't got to worry about any of that. It expires next year actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll see if anyone comments about Oregon. Let's see what he says about Oregon. We'll get back to that in a bit.
Yeah.
But so
That's the only gun law in South Carolina I don't like. No open carry.
So how did you meet Storm and Norman?
Again, I do a lot of online stuff here, YouTube and whatnot, and he popped up and he corresponded with me because I were before I got into firearms, I still am, but I work in the IT field. Okay, so I'm one of those rare unicorn computer guys that like guns.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of the rest of Silicon Valley and the IT field, they abhor it. They don't like it. Wow.
Yeah, I guess I'm a unicorn too, right? Because
Yeah.
I love guns and I love computers. That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of break fix computer stuff for years. Server stuff. I do remote repair for servers. I do remote administration. because of this year, I lost all of my remote administration clients because the company's just dried up because of what happened this year. So, I mean, I haven't had a lot of work. I also do web hosting as well. And, if you need a domain name, a website, you come to me. So I do IT consulting. So if you're looking at buying a computer or a piece of technology, talk to me because I can probably tell you whether the deal you're looking at is a good deal or whether there are better options out there for you.
Yeah, no, I agree on that, man. That's pretty dope.
So I do computer consulting, IT consulting.
You're the gun guy and the IT guy. Yeah. If it can be taken apart and put back together, NightStrike's your guy, right?
Yeah, every computer in my house, save for the laptops, save for one laptop, I have built all the computers in my house. They are not pre-built. They're not from Dell. They're not from HP. They're all NightStrike builds.
Yeah, hell yeah.
One laptop I bought, I bought it in parts, and I rebuilt it from parts because it was just, but that was a dumpster dive. So, you've got the all-in-one cooler. Congratulations.
I got a bunch of little parts that are little.
Yeah. I just bought a new Bluetooth headset over the Black Friday deals.
Yeah. It's just
which Ryzen is that?
It's the Ryzen 5 3600X.
I got theirs. I'm still rocking the 1700X because I just don't see it worth enough to upgrade, to pay $400 to upgrade to the 27 or the 3700.
Yeah.
But yeah. Mine isn't nearly as nice because I'm a cheap bastard.
Yeah.
Wait, are you using is that a 5700 XT or is that a Vega 64?
Oh, it's a 480, RX 480.
You're still rocking the 480, man. Represent.
It's time for me to upgrade my GPU, but
hey, I'm still rocking the 1070.
Yeah. So almost in the same boat. Yours is a little newer than mine. But sorry, my camera's a little crooked now. That's why.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not about the camera presentation. It's about the quality of the show.
No, I understand. It's just that's just how it is. But yeah, I was just showing you that because I like building my computer too. I just got. I just got that all-in-one for $100. The 360 milliliter one. So I was like, dude, that's a steal. So when I eventually do get a better CPU, I'm gonna go ahead and put that to work. But what's your favorite firearm?
The one I own or favorite firearm in general?
Both. Well, let's go with in your personal collection.
In my personal collection, my favorite right now, the right now favorite is the M1 Garand.
Okay, I was gonna say hypothetically, if let's just say you had to sell every single gun and just keep one, it'd be the M1 Garand. Yeah,
if I have to out of my collection currently, yes.
Okay, and that's an awesome choice. Is it all wood?
Yes, the stock is all wood. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if it was a rep. If you could have a replica.
No, it's a 1944 January rifle.
Okay. Hey, I gotta ask.
I looked I got it through the civilian marksmanship program. And for those that don't know what the civilian marksmanship program is, originally there was a program for marksmanship that Teddy Roosevelt, the president, set up. And then eventually it went through the changes through the Department of Defense and eventually became its own nonprofit group to what we know as the civilian marksmanship program now. Basically, I got it through them. So you have to show your proof of citizenship, so your birth certificate, your ID, and a proof of you have to be part of an affiliated club and show proof of affiliated club shooting, target practice and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they've expanded it to where you don't have to do that last one. You don't have to show proof of shooting sports. You can show your concealed weapons permit, and that counts.
Oh, okay. And you have your concealed
yes.
Carry? Okay.
Yeah, I got my concealed weapons permit.
You don't have to show me. I don't know if it might have personal information on there.
It's just got my address, so I just marked that out. So, but there.
Okay. Awesome.
So I marked out all the important stuff.
Stormy Norman wants you to do a desk pop.
No, I can't. I live in the city. I can't do that.
I agree.
My backyard is in the county, so yeah.
Wait, I thought you said you had a range in your
Yeah,
backyard.
yeah, two separate properties.
Oh,
One's in the
okay.
city,
Oh,
one's in
okay.
the county.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there you go.
Well, sorry. I don't live that balling lifestyle. I didn't
Well,
realize.
if you left California, you could live that balling lifestyle in South Carolina, North Carolina. You could live Florida for maybe just for a few more months. Anywhere in the country.
Hey,
Just get out there.
I told you I am moving. Why you keep judging me? This is an experience I had to enjoy. Okay, you gotta enjoy California when you can.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I was a little thirsty. And then,
Yeah.
what's what's your favorite firearm in general?
I like all firearms.
I know it's a hard question,
It's a hard question.
but I guess if you could have one firearm,
if I could have one
just
firearm,
one
it would be
firearm, if it,
any firearm, I think it would probably be, I'm gonna say this because I don't want to sound like a Nazi, so I'll say it this way. I would probably say the M14.
the M14.
The M14 because it's basically they took the M1 Garand and gave it a magazine and made it full auto and semi-auto. And you know what? That's problem solved. Done.
Is which one's the gun they used in Vietnam? Was that the M16 or the?
It was no originally in Vietnam. They went into Vietnam with the M14 because it was adopted in like 1959 in the late 50s.
Yeah.
Okay. Before in the early 50s, 1950s, we were still using the M1 Garand in Korea, the Korean War.
Yeah.
Because my grandfather was issued one. He was stationed in California. Well, there you go. But
Where in San Diego or what?
I don't know where he was stationed.
Oh,
He was
okay.
stationed wherever they stationed me to supply.
Wherever they put them, huh?
Wherever they put them, and it's just they took the M1 Garand, they refined it, they gave it an actual magazine, not a clip, but a magazine.
Yeah.
And he gave it the ability to go full auto as well. You had a selector to where you get full auto or semi-auto, and basically they issued those in the beginning of Vietnam to the soldiers that were just going into Vietnam, and then just like a few years after a little while after Vietnam started, they decided to switch over this newfangled rifle called the M16.
Yeah. I heard that the M14s weren't good in Vietnam because they weren't able to withstand all the terrain and environment there, that they would jam and gunk up.
Hold on. I have to correct myself. If I could only own one firearm in the world, period, it would have to be a Storm & Norman Gunworks AR-15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how much does that AR-15 cost from Storm & Norman Gunworks? If we're doing
I don't know. I've been trying to get a hold of one of his lower receivers forever, but apparently he's getting more made, and they aren't done yet.
Yeah.
So
well, maybe COVID helps, not helps, but causes delays too.
Yeah. But no, if you look at the history of firearms, even that's interesting. I mean, history is interesting if you actually take the attempt to go and look.
Yeah.
But so we started Vietnam, and the United States started Vietnam with M14s, and yes, they're heavy. The 308 is a much heavier round than the 5.56 or 223. But we switched over to the M16, and they used them. But the problem was because the M16, like the AR-15, is got a lot of plastic on it.
Yeah.
They complained about it breaking a lot because they were really hard on them, and also they if you don't know this, but they also told people the soldiers that were using the the M16s at the beginning of Vietnam that they didn't have to clean their rifles.
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you don't have to clean a rifle. I'd love to see that kind of rifle. The only rifle that you can get away with doing that is called an AK-47.
Yeah, an AK, yeah.
I've got one of those too.
Yeah.
I can't show it.
Is it milled?
But, no, it's a stamp.
Oh, okay. Do you care if it's milled or stamped?
I've got a stamped. I don't care. I'm just glad I've got one.
Yeah, my friend has a stamped one too. I was talking about it last episode, but it's awesome. It shoots bullets. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I understand like for purists, but at the same time, it's better to have an AK than not have one.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. I'm trying to find some here. So.
That's okay. Desk pop. Desk pop.
No.
Desk pop. Let's go.
I wish I could do a desk pop. I wish I could do.
You don't have upstairs neighbors, right?
No, I am upstairs.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to show you a cool thing because since we were on the topic of the M16, this is what they issued in Vietnam. You know, they gave him this was the manual for the M16. Basically, it was in comic book form.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
No one has time to read.
No one has time to read, so they gave him comics. So, you know, this is the manual, how to clean it and everything. You know, once they realized that you had to clean the rifle.
Yeah, I like how they put a woman on there to help keep their attention on it, huh?
I mean, since I got my camera here, I just figured I'd mention it. You know, because it's something cool to look at.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's like you said. I mean, it's
here,
history right there.
Right here, clean, inspect, replace.
And before that, they're just like, here, just take this with you and just keep shooting it.
Yeah. So
keep shooting it till your arm falls off, right?
I mean, this one was light enough where they cover not only just the standard M16, but also the XM177E, which is basically, you know, the early Vietnam variant of like an M4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Yeah,
and then,
they call it the XM177E.
I like that little depiction of the Viet Cong right there. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they issued these along with the M16s because this was the manual.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
I didn't even know.
That's why I was putting that. That's why I was bending over in my box of books looking for it because, you know, it's something interesting to show.
That's cool. Yeah, you were twerking on camera. I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, I wasn't twerking because I'm still sitting down. So you don't want to get you a community striker.
Yeah, now that'd probably get me viewers, man.
No, not from me. Not from me.
Are there any? Since we're talking about the past, are there any firearms that you're looking forward to that are going to be coming out?
No.
No, none
that I haven't seen anything lately. I haven't seen any firearms. I wanted the Palmetto State Armory PS9 dagger because basically they figured out how to make a Glock for under $300. You know, and you know they were prodding Glock saying, "Hey, it can be done. We can do it." You know, your Glocks don't need to cost $600 to $700 for a new Glock. You're just overcharging.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I got screwed on that one. Because they took orders, but they haven't even delivered those orders yet.
Yeah, well,
basically, there's pre-orders, and they only had about 5 of them, so I couldn't go and
Yeah, I was gonna say those pre-orders are how they're making the money to manufacture them, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that
is.
Oh,
they've got the money to manufacture them. They just don't want to release them. That's what it is.
Anyone watching, you can go ahead and comment what firearms you're looking forward to. Even if it's a Storm & Norman Gunworks LLC modded left-hand charging handle in 45 Raptor capable of running 45 ACP, 45 long coat, AR-15.
45 Casull, 460 Magnum, or 410.
Yeah, I already gave him a big enough shout out right there, and a whole episode last time. He can comment the rest.
Well, come on, it's Norm. You gotta be nice to Norm.
Okay, I'm gonna kick Norm out of this chat. Nah. So, G23 said he's thinking about getting a milled 74 or 103.
The AK-103 milled 74. Yeah, that's good. Those are good guns.
What is a 103?
103. It's basically a newer version of like the 74.
This is just like a newer variant, I guess.
Well, it's they're redoing the modularity of the AK. They're just adding on modularity where, you know, with the AR-15 or the M16, you know how, you know, or the M4, I would say now, not the AR-15, but the M4, how it's just as modular as an AR-15 is.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
You can put all sorts of parts on it and whatnot, all sorts of accessories.
Yeah.
The thing about the AKs is, for the longest time, the only thing you could do was maybe replace the wooden stock with plastic stock, or you could replace the handguards with plastic. And there's, you know, and if you had the Russian rail, you know, it's the Russian side rail, you can mount a Russian style optic.
Yeah.
But other than that, there wasn't really any modularity or for accessories or anything.
So
And in the 103 and other later lines of AKs, where they were just modifying it where you could put on like a collapsible AR style stock. You can have your Picatinny rails instead of just using Russian optics. They're trying to adopt more so the
a
to
modern
embrace
style.
a more modern style where you embrace more accessories like being able to mount like a flashlight and a red dot laser onto it, that kind of thing.
So how do you feel when people call a gun tactical? Like, let's just say, yeah. So let's just say they're making it more tactical, right? How do you
There's
feel?
there's tactical, there's tactical, and then there's mall ninja.
Okay. And
Okay,
what's the difference between those three?
okay. Tactical is in the true sense of the purpose, where it's actually tactical. It actually has a purpose, and it's actually used to act in the actual tactical sense. There's tactical where it looks tactical, but it serves no real purpose. And then there's mall ninja. It kind of looks tactical, but it just looks like somebody kept on adding things and forgot to stop.
Oh, so like a scope on a scope, like stuff like that.
Yeah, no, like you've got a red dot on a scope or a mill dot.
A bayonet on a handgun.
Well, hold on. I'm pro bayonet. I'm not anti bayonet. So even if a bayonet's on a handgun, you're doing it right.
Okay, but
all of my rifles, only one or two rifles I own aren't bayonet capable. Every other rifle I own is bayonet capable, and I have bayonets for them.
so I'm not the most firearm savvy guy, but I guess intermediate is a good way to. I'm not gonna point my gun at anyone. I can be safe around firearms, but I have a lot more to learn. So
Yeah.
I have questions, and I that tactical one. I wasn't sure if that's a pet peeve or not, but
I mean,
it's just good to find
if you
out.
don't know if you don't really understand the concept of mall ninja, go and just open up Google, type in mall ninja, you'll find out.
So in Call of Duty, you can put all kinds of attachments on there. Is that pretty much what you're talking about?
Okay, the attachments that serve no purpose whatsoever other than just look tactical or look cool, like say in Call of Duty where you can hang these little widgets just right off of the chain off of the gun, that's mall ninja.
What about a red dot on a shotgun?
That's not mall ninja. That's tactical or tactical.
Tactical.
Because okay, on most standard shotguns, we're gonna generalize here for 12 gauges. Okay, most standard 12 gauge shotguns only have like a brass bead sight. Just a little ball of brass on the end of the barrel.
Yeah,
you've seen it before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only real sight on most shotguns. So it's really just point and hope you hit it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard to miss the shotgun, but yeah.
But with the red dot, you get a bit more precision than just that one little brass bead sight. So a red dot enhances it. So it might make it tactical. It might in some applications where you're using it for tactical purposes. But at the end of the day, if you're adding optics onto a shotgun, you're just trying to get better accuracy.
Okay. Yeah, because I kind of think it might be a little overkill, but I mean it's kind of the point in self-defense, right? And why are you smiling over there?
I'm reading Nora's comments. That's why.
Okay.
I'm reading the comments because, as I said, remember I got 3 screens, so we can have a chat here.
Yeah.
I can have the camera right here. I can have I got the YouTube side open, watching here.
I want to have a good time.
Twitch side over here.
I want to have a good time too. I want to know about jokes.
Well, then you gotta get three monitors, man. Stop being so singular.
Well, if you buy me one, I'll go ahead.
Hey, buy your own monitors. I spent my own money on
all right,
these.
then don't tell me to buy another one. Actually, I have my other monitors at my work. The monitors there were so crappy.
I saw some pretty good gaming monitors on sale. If you don't mind just 1080p 1 millisecond monitors, they were going for like $89-$99.
Oh yeah. For a second screen, that's good for me.
Yeah, for that price you can afford.
Yeah, maybe I can. Who knows? Maybe I live in a little hole. Well, I live in California, so it's kind of hard.
I live in a hole and I can still afford it.
Yeah. Well, I say I can live in a hole here and a hole somewhere else is completely different. It's an
Oh,
expensive hole. Oh,
you
all right.
hear that? You hear that? World's smallest violin.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you've had no sympathy for me whatsoever this whole episode, man.
Yeah, I know. I know. I,
I've been trying to cater to your needs, bro, and I feel like you haven't been catering to me, but it's all right.
well, I'm not being serious though. You know that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just for everyone that doesn't know me, I am just joking 100% on some of the things that I'm throwing at Jerry. I'm not being serious.
yeah. No, I know it's cool.
I'm just trying to have
I
a little
think everyone
fun.
feels the vibe. Yeah. If not, this would be totally boring.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it. Um, so you said you go hunting, right?
Uh, I've been hunting before. I need to go and take some because of South Carolina's laws. I need to go and take a hunting course in order to get my hunting license here.
What did you like to hunt?
When I was younger,
People aren't
people aren't on the
allowed.
options.
Yeah.
So when I was younger and I lived in Arizona back in like the 80s and 90s, I would go hunting with family, and we would just hunt quail out there in the desert, quail and jackrabbits and that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Um, do you ever hunt deer, elk?
I've never hunted deer. No, I have friends that have hunted deer, but I myself have never hunted deer.
If you
I want to. I've had venison before. Venison is really delicious.
I've just had elk jerky. That's the farthest I've gone.
So
Yeah.
venison is delicious. Deer steaks are also delicious. Also, meatloaf made from a little bit of deer and a little bit of sausage, delicious.
Yeah. Dang. I gotta try that, man. I
Yeah,
definitely want to. Yeah, it was just a question I had because I know
yeah,
you said
no,
you go hunting.
yeah, yeah. My
Oh,
cousin actually went. She just went hunting with her boyfriend over in Hawaii because that's where she lives, and
they hunt
she
pigs.
just bagged. Yeah, they got hogs over there. They got hogs, and she bagged this huge hog, and they only used a 22 and a combat knife to take him out because apparently the 22 didn't do the job on the hog, so they had to
Jeez.
use the knife to
To finish the job. Yeah.
just
Yeah. No,
you
that's
know.
crazy. Yeah, and those
And
little hogs are feisty.
I'm like, telling my cousin, I thought you were more girlish. I didn't think you were into the guns and hunting and whatnot. She's like, no, I love going hunting. I want to do it again. And I'm like,
Hey,
finally, some of my family's getting it. Some of my family's getting it.
hey, when the hog's coming after you, that instinct kicks in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Hey,
I don't know if you've ever gone hunting hogs, but if you shoot them and you don't kill them, they will charge you,
yeah,
just like a bull
yeah, I
and a
bet.
matador.
I don't think I've seen a hog in real, like in person, a live one in person.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I've never gone hunting actually. Uh,
no,
no, I would love to.
you
Uh,
should. You
yeah,
should.
I just never have. Uh,
You need more gun friends. It's true. You need more gun friends that you can talk about guns and go hunting with.
yeah, I agree. One day I'll
One
go.
day.
Not the friends
One
part,
day.
the hunting part, the gun
You
friends.
need both. You need both. You need
Yeah.
both, regardless.
Um, yeah, like I said, here in California, I don't have a lot of gun friends. In Washington, I had a bunch. Uh, I was, I was a security guard for a while, so that kind of introduced me to firearms
Yeah.
more. So that was pretty cool.
Did
Uh,
you have to take? Did you have to get like a license or certification with the state to do that?
no, because I was at a casino, so I couldn't have a firearm on me. Cause
Oh, because you're on tribal lands.
uh, no, it was like at the tabletop casinos. I don't know why. I don't know what the heck the issue was with that. But we all had our guns in our cars in case something happened.
Yeah, it's just that because again, I'm from Arizona, and the only casinos out that way and that far west they're all on Indian reservations.
Yeah, the
So
tribal land.
yeah, the only other place where they're allowed, legal casinos would be Vegas.
Yeah, unless they're tabletops. Tabletop casinos are allowed pretty much anywhere.
Are they now?
Yeah,
I thought
slot
they
machines.
would.
Slot machines, no. If it has a slot machine, it has to be tribal, other than Vegas. If
Okay.
if it's like blackjack,
It's-
all that.
I'm not real big on gambling. Yes, I've done it a couple times. My grandfather loved gambling. I I never saw the appeal. I always looked at it where unlike like a vehicle that costs you a lot of money because you're always sinking money into it, it just looked like one giant money pit you're throwing in, and you're never going to get anything back.
That's true.
That's
true. No. But it's fun too. Sometimes I've won. I've won.
I understand. I mean, I've won. I've actually played the state lottery a couple times. Won $5 here or there before.
Yeah, state lottery I've never won, but when I've
the first 2 times I played the state lottery, $5 each.
That's how they got you.
$1 in.
That's how they got you, man. Yeah. You're like, oh, this is free money. I'm gonna keep doing this.
Then the next couple times I didn't win, and then I just I'm only gonna play the lottery if it gets up to like the billions.
Yeah, I tried.
Right.
I've tried, and obviously I haven't won.
I mean, because here the state lottery they donate a lot of money to the the college funds.
Oh,
a lot because the South Carolina lottery goes some of it goes towards the college funds. So I made use of that when I was in college because I went to college here in South Carolina. So I made use of some of that.
So you gave back.
I give back when I can. Yeah.
And G23, I lived in the Yakima County, and I'm moving to the Tri-Cities area next month. That's what part of Washington I lived in. Do you like any of the John Wick movies, NightStryke?
Yes, I like the John Wick movies.
Yeah, I like them too. That's why I asked.
All I have to say is yes, I am pissed.
Yeah, and yes, they did get more ridiculous after part 1. We
got to remember they're movies. They're movies meant to entertain us. They're not trying to be serious. They're not trying to tell you, oh, you should have all these guns and whatnot. It's for your entertainment. People, stop looking too much into it.
Yeah. No, you're good, G23. I don't know why you're saying sorry. I don't know what you feel like I was offended, or if NightStryke felt like he was offended.
No, he doesn't care if I'm offended.
Oh, okay. I don't know what he's referring to.
He's been on my shows before too, so don't listen to G23.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm kind of confused. I don't know why he's apologizing, but apology accepted, G23.
You don't have to.
If you want to apologize again, you can. G23, it's fine. but yeah, I like those movies. Keanu Reeves is a pretty cool guy too. So
yeah, I like the John Wick movies. I can't wait for the next ones to come out because the end of it, like, are you pissed, John?
Yeah.
Huh? Are you? He's like, yeah.
I like the dogs too, and the Halle Berry's dogs. They're pretty crazy.
The dogs are good. The dogs were good too.
It's kind of crazy that they kept going for the nut shot though.
Well, it is the most vulnerable part of the body.
It's effective.
It is effective.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny. And
no, he says he's sorry about the area you're picking. Because apparently it's you might be moving to a bad area.
No, the Yakima County area. It wasn't in Yakima. It was the Yakima County. But the Tri-Cities area is not bad. That's not a bad area. That's a nice part of Central Washington. I was gonna say, I remember listening to your podcast, and you guys were talking about.
I say some controversial things.
That's fine.
Take it with a grain. Take everything I say, as far as on my shows, with a grain of salt, because you got your own opinion. It's just mine. I'm a little crazy, so I understand.
Yeah, G23. I saw you lived in Wenatchee. That's like about 2 or 3 hours away from where I would live. And NightStryke, that's fine. It's your show, man. Say what you want. Yeah. I didn't get offended. I remember on one of them, you guys were talking about like Taco Bell and Mexicans and and like
what my great uncle's Mexican, so I'm just saying.
No, you don't have to.
It's not like I'm against Mexicans.
Yeah, no trigger warnings. He didn't say anything bad. I know it might seem bad, but you guys were talking about like how some people call Salvadorians Mexican, and that's not right. Well,
that was Mario was on about that, and you don't know who Mario Mosen is. He's another YouTuber. Look him up. But he was going on about that, and it's just like, everybody's got, if you say the wrong thing to someone these days, it's just like everybody's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah, and
it's like, what, your balls fell off?
Yeah, that, and if, like, I don't know, it's not like you guys are saying crazy things, like. And even then,
I'll admit to saying that I'm saying crazy things, just that way I can get out of it.
Yeah, but even then, if you can't, it's not like you guys weren't being racist. If
No,
that's how I made it
no.
seem, but it's just like if you kind of try to hide from some stuff and pretend it doesn't exist, then you can never like solve the problem about it. You know, like if we all just never talk about any inequalities or anything, then obviously it'll never get solved.
There are some inequalities in this world and in this country in particular, but I think the problem we're facing in our country right now is that people are blowing up the whole racism thing way out of proportion. Because I don't know if you've ever been I've never been to Asia, but I know I have friends that have served in Japan and in Korea and in other parts of Southeast Asia. And I don't know if you know, but Asians are very, very racist.
Yeah, especially to like their American counterparts.
It doesn't matter what country you're from. If you go to anywhere in Asia, they're super racist against anybody who's not Asian.
Yeah.
I mean, and even if you are Asian, if you're Asian from another Asian country and not the one you're in, they're super racist against you anyways.
Well, look at kung fu. They'd get mad if you used to share it with anyone. You know, the whole Bruce Lee
Yeah,
thing. So
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
even.
it's just we blow it out of proportion like it's some big thing, like it's never happened in the world before. Go to Asia, go to Russia, go anywhere in the world other than the United States. Everybody's racist.
Yeah, see how they treat you.
Sad news. Sad news. See how they treat you in another country. You'll be like, shit. I wish I was back in the United States.
Yeah. Well, we just roast each other. Yeah. And
You know.
I was gonna. Anyways, what I was trying to say about that was I remember hearing you guys.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that racism is a good thing in any other country. I'm just saying that if you think the United States is the only country where we're racist, then we have racist people and whatnot, you're wrong, because it's worse in any country other than the United States. It's like 100 times worse anywhere else.
Yeah. No, I understand. Um,
And
and then
we make it we make a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be.
well, okay. Well, in a way, it's sometimes the stuff they pick and choose. I believe
Yeah.
isn't correct. Sometimes they nitpick the small things. There is racial inequality in the United States.
Yeah. I just want to know is, before all this stuff came up, what happened to judging someone by their character and by their actions and how they present themselves? What happened to that?
What stuff are you talking about?
You
What
know,
stuff
by
came out?
by how people act, how they present themselves, their character.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
happened to judging people by that instead of by, oh, is that guy white, or is that guy Mexican, or one other nationality? What's it matter?
Yeah.
If he's a good person, what's it matter?
Yeah. Well,
What does it matter? It shouldn't matter what color of skin you are, where your family, where your ancestors came from. What should matter is if you're a good person or not a good person.
yeah. No, that's true. In that regard, but I mean, there is racism in the fact that you are profiled differently because how you look. I mean, maybe not in South Carolina, but I mean, even over here where I live, if you're if you're Mexican between the age of 14 to 28, a lot of times the police look at you like you're a criminal, and it's also part of the environment I grew up in. It doesn't help. It doesn't help that the Hispanics are doing that.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I'm not gonna say anything mean or bad or anything. I'm gonna
Okay,
keep my mouth shut.
okay, but like I'm just saying that. But like you said, don't judge a person by the color of their skin. Judge them by their actions. You know.
Judge by their actions and the character. And if you can't even do that, then stop complaining about race.
Yeah,
Period.
I agree. I agree on that regard, but I mean, we're not really here to talk about racism, anyways.
No, we're not. We're not. But it came up in the chat, and I had to point it out and make my position clear, because I didn't want to go down a bad hole, because it sounded like the direction we were going
Yeah,
would be negative, and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be as positive as possible, because I want the message of just life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness going out to everyone. I want everyone to have it. regardless of what they look like, where their ancestors came from, period.
Yeah.
I just want people to be good people and enjoy life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
No, I agree. But all I was gonna say was I was listening to your podcast and I was gonna say
we go down rabbit holes.
No, it wasn't even bad like that at all. You're the one that jumped to that conclusion. All I was gonna say was you guys said there's no Cabela's near you.
No, there's only a Bass Pro in Savannah, Georgia,
Yeah.
about 80 miles, 80, 90 miles from my house.
Yeah.
And I'm not driving 80 or 90 miles just to go to Cabela's or Bass Pro. I'm sorry.
And so I was gonna say,
our Cabela's and Bass Pro is this place right here, Palmetto State Armory.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask, where do you get your firearms? Is it like a local gun store?
Yeah, there's a local pawn shop here that I go to. He frequents, and the reason why I like going to him is because he can sometimes he'll take in trade-ins. He'll do trade-ins, and trade parts or like magazines or drum mags for just normal magazines, accessories, that kind of thing, as well as some firearms too. And sometimes I have to kick a few dollars extra in for a firearm I want if I'm trading one in, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. I remember,
and then I go to PSA.
And I remember, so G23 says that the Tri-Cities area sucks. I mean, yeah, that's fine. It's not too bad. There's not a lot of crime there. I mean, I can afford a house there, so I'm moving there. I'm going to live in Kennewick, Richland, probably, not Pasco. But there is a firearms store in Pasco called Griggs. Look at that. Free shout out to them. It's an Ace Hardware. But
my local Ace sells guns and ammo all the time.
But
and accessories.
They have a big gun section at this Griggs, because I've been to other Ace Hardwares over there, and their gun section is just the counter. There it's pretty much like a whole store inside of another Ace store, all about guns, and their firearms are cheap there. So
the gun section of my Ace Hardware is at least like one corner of the entire store.
Yeah, see, that's just
so about 25% of the store guns.
Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, I was gonna say I remember that Griggs,
because it's like the counter. They've got the glass guns, and they've got a couple carousels with rifles and shotguns, and then they've got like two or three rows of accessories and clays and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they've got an entire back wall just for ammo.
Yeah, I would say at that one they have about like three walls, like one long one with just different type of rifles. Yeah. They have their shelves with the handguns. They have shotguns on other side of the wall. Another section of the wall has just more stuff. And then they have about like 4 or 5 aisles of all the accessories, like you said, different size magazines. Here in California, they don't have none of that.
No, because your magazine has to be fixed to your rifle.
Yeah, and
like what kind of stupid crap is that?
There's no Cabela's here, but there is a Bass. What is it? A Bass.
Yeah, Bass Pro.
Yeah, they have a Bass Pro.
That's basically Cabela's because they're owned by the same company.
Same company. They're sister companies, right? It's like
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're sister companies, or their parent company bought the other one out, so they're both under the same umbrella now.
You know what we do have over here though? Storm and Norman Gunworks.
Yeah.
There you go.
So if you don't know Storm and Norman Gunworks, go to stormandnormangunworks.com. Yes, it is. It's his new website. Check it out.
What up, NY Outcast? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's one of my regulars. He jumps in on my podcast every now and then, and he also chats up the YouTube side too.
And I also heard one of your. I think it might have been Mario. I'm not too sure, but they said that their account was hacked, and he thinks.
Yeah, his Mario Mosen, his YouTube account was hacked. He's in the process of getting that resolved and getting ownership back because I guess he didn't set up 2-factor authentication.
Oh, okay. And he says he believes he was targeted because he has military content or firearm content.
Well, he talked about military stuff because he just retired from the military.
Okay.
I don't know if he was Army or whether he was Marines. I don't remember what branch he mentioned he was in, but he just retired from the military, so he got to that point, which that's an accomplishment in itself, getting to retire from the military.
Yeah. No, I agree. I was just curious about
Yeah.
the.
So his YouTube channel was compromised, and he had to go through some hoops to get it back.
So is it true that they're targeting like military personnel, or is he
I
just?
mean, what does a hacker do anything?
I'm not sure. I
It's a broad spectrum for for hacking. I mean, one, it's just to troll someone and and mess with them. Two, it's to try and get money out of them
yeah, I would
because
say for financial
you're
gain usually.
poor. It's for financial gain, or it could be that your security sucks and you should change it. It could be that kind of nudge. It depends on the person. So here's another thing. You can have all the security measures for yourself, out the yin yang, and you can still be vulnerable to hackers.
Yeah.
Nothing is hack proof. If you want your thing to be hack proof, don't put it on the internet and don't tell anybody about it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, because if you ever saw the movie Hackers,
No.
well, it's an old movie from the '90s, but the only way they could have fixed that whole problem would be to disconnect their servers from the internet.
Yeah.
Just take that plug, unplug it, hacker problem solved.
Go off the grid, right? That's the only way.
That means they'd have to actually walk into the building and get into it and access that next server. That's what people don't realize. Servers are basically computers that are hooked up in data centers, and the only way to take them offline is to unplug the LAN cable, the Ethernet cable. That's it.
Yeah. I remember you telling me you didn't really like Zoom either.
Well, the reason I don't like Zoom,
Yeah. You want to
most of their servers are hosted in China.
Okay.
So even though we're here in the United States and we're talking to each other, from one side of the country to the other, all of our information, all of this whole entire conversation is being routed through China first before it gets to us.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why I don't like Zoom.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like anyone is. What is China gonna do with all this information they get anyway?
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't care. I just don't want my information going through China.
And then I feel like even if the Chinese government didn't have the information, our American government will, and what are they gonna do with it?
I mean, if you don't think they're listening to your phone calls already, hey, guess what? They are. Just thank Obama and Biden for that.
Yeah, I remember Norman. Well, yeah, but even if Obama and Biden didn't do it, a president eventually will. Yeah, or Bush with the whole Patriot Act too. So
well, the reason why they're listening to it now is because of the Patriot Act.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if it doesn't matter if even the
doesn't matter who's president.
Yeah, it was gonna happen eventually. Norman was telling me
I would hate to be the person that has to go over all those calls.
Yeah, I mean, man, there's some. I mean, you might hear some interesting stuff every once in a while, but I bet they hear a lot of stupid stuff.
Oh, man. So.
No, and Norman was telling me he didn't like Zoom either, but we never got to talk about it. So that's why I was kind of curious.
Well, you see my podcast, and you see I'm using Guntube Chamber, and that's the special deployment that I set up for doing live streams on YouTube, for gun guys and whatnot. And hell, you can try it out and play around with it if you want to. But people use Zoom, and you'll notice a lot of people use StreamYard as well because it's just easy to use. And great, yeah, easy's great, easy's nice. But the problem with StreamYard again is they're headquartered out of Canada. So when they decide they don't want you talking about video games or guns on their platform, and they disallow those kind of interactions on their platform because they're in Canada, their laws, the American laws, don't apply to a Canada company, then what are you going to do?
Yeah, and same with everything pretty much. Like if it's their server, their program,
their service.
Yeah, if they don't want you, then they're gonna boot you.
Whether you're paying for it or not, if they don't want you on there, you won't be on there.
What's the saying? We refuse the right to serve anyone.
Yeah.
It works like that.
The problem is they're in Canada. They're under Canadian laws, not American.
Yeah.
So you don't even have that right in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Canada might be nicer, but I'm not too sure.
It's not. No, it's not. If you heard what they're trying to do to the Canadian gun laws, it's even worse than the United. They may what they're trying to do right now with guns in Canada is worse than anything done in California so far.
Okay. I'm
And
not
then
too sure about. I haven't heard
and
about it.
you know all about California laws.
Oh yeah, I know. I too good. The only person that knows the person that knows a lot about him is Storm Norman, and that's because he has to work work with them. So
Yeah.
so. I had interesting conversations with him too about that. Another thing I listened to your podcast about was you guys were talking about a recall shield. Was it a
Yeah,
22 or
the EZs were recalled.
EZs? And
The EZs.
did you guys say you can purchase recalled weapons, or was that a
Uh,
joke?
that was a joke primarily because basically the way Smith and Wesson made it sound like it's like the recall is because they'll go full because they worded it sounds like it goes full auto, so they were trying to, so the guys were making the joke, let's go and get a couple guns that haven't been sent in for the recall yet so that we can get full auto guns,
Yeah,
which no, you don't want to do that because if the hammer is broken even just a little bit, um, it can essentially blow up in your hand. Whether it goes full auto for a little bit or not, that's besides the point. You don't want a broken gun.
yeah. I remember. I like that. I like that conversation you guys had because
Yeah.
I remember I was
So,
like, yeah, who wouldn't want a 3 round
uh,
burst handgun? you know.
yeah, let's just
But
hope it doesn't burst in your hand.
yeah, but I remember you guys talking about that, and I was like,
That
huh.
was that was that was one of the Smith and Wesson EZs that were made between I guess March this year and October.
And one of you guys happened to own one, right?
Yeah, one of us had one, and he's like, I'll have to check and see about that one. So
Yeah.
we went to look up the serial number. He hadn't gotten that
Did
yet.
he test it out on Guntube, or did he did he send it over?
No, no. And Travis P11 didn't break that one either.
Okay. And so this question's gonna be a little more serious.
Oh boy, here it
Yeah,
comes.
I know. I asked Storm and
I'll,
Norman.
I'll clench my butt cheeks.
Yeah. I asked Storm and Norman this. I'm gonna ask you the same thing. You might have the same answer. You might have a different answer. But why do you think guns are so controversial?
For the same reason anything else is controversial in this country, so people can have something to complain about. I mean, why do we think guns is such a controversy? Well, if the naysayers that don't believe guns should be in this country, let me ask you this: why do they have armed security everywhere they go when they go to speak out against guns?
Yeah. No, I
I mean,
I
you don't
agree on that.
you don't see. Do you see? Okay, another thing. You've got these senators that are advocating for more gun control, but do you see them giving up their armed security? The people that could protect the senators and the House of Representatives. Do you see them giving up their armed security there?
Yeah. No. Not at
No.
all.
Any person that is for gun control, do you see them giving up any of their armed security that surrounds them when they're at an event advocating?
Nope. I always see. I always
No,
see the
no.
armed guards there.
And the reason for that is because they're disingenuous. They want firearms for the elite, for the rich, but everyone else, if you can't afford an armed security guard team, then you don't deserve to own firearms. That's their thinking. So it's
Yeah.
basically it. I hate to say it like this, but gun control in and of itself is a rich versus poor argument,
Yeah. So it's pretty much a way for the rich to bully the poor.
more or less. I mean, just look at Bloomberg.
Yeah. What about Bloomberg?
Well, most of the large gun control groups in the United States are funded by Bloomberg.
Yeah. Um.
You know how much he spends a year on gun control and funding all these gun control groups?
No, I'm
Between
not
10
too
and
sure.
$20 million a year.
Yeah. That's a good amount. That's not any money I have.
It's not any money I have either. So how do we fight? How do we fight a billionaire who's throwing millions of dollars a year, trying to take everybody's gun rights away because he lives in New York. He never hardly ever leaves New York. The first time he ever left New York was when he was campaigning for president, and now he's back in New York.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you live in a big city that has a lot of gun control laws, if you never leave that city, why the hell do you need to dictate policy anywhere else in the country?
Yeah. I
If
agree.
you
And
don't if you don't live anywhere near a forest or the countryside where there are wild animals, and I live in South Carolina, so there's swamps. So you know what lives in swamps here in South Carolina? Two things: cottonmouth snakes and alligators. You know what an alligator is, right?
oh yeah,
These large reptilians that almost resemble dinosaurs. They can and will attack people at their prerogative.
yeah. My belt's made of alligator.
Yeah. So you're telling me I don't need a firearm to protect myself from wildlife? I'm gonna tell you to go take a long walk off a short pier without any floating devices, without a boat, without anything, wearing concrete shoes, because quite honestly, you're asking for the impossible. You're asking me to give up my life just for a wild animal, which I will not do.
Yeah. So so why not just have a
No.
why not have a 10 round instead of why do you need 30 rounds in that magazine?
Well, okay. Where in the Second Amendment does it say you need only 10 rounds?
Exactly. But
Where it says and here's where people say, oh, it's the government giving the government
hold on,
permission
hold on. I'm gonna cut you
to
off real
own
quick.
firearms.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick, but you can go ahead and finish. Um, I don't believe in the 10 round magazine either, but I'm just asking as if
Yeah.
someone's point of view. So why would you need more than 10 rounds when 10 rounds should be enough for an alligator supposedly, or enough to stop one or maybe 10 people. One round could stop each person.
Mm. Let me ask you this: how many people do you know are that good with that accurate with guns?
Not not a lot, man. Especially in
Okay,
a tense situation.
let me ask you this. Yeah, you got 10 situation. Seconds count. Minutes count when you only have seconds. And I mean, have you gone to the range? How good is your accuracy with 10 rounds?
Yeah, they're not all on that center dot. I'll tell you that.
They're not all on that center dot. So, uh, in this 10 round argument, well, if you had 20 or 30 rounds, you know, yeah, you might have some that don't exactly hit the center of the target, but with that amount of capacity, you'll be able to get enough shots to where you can protect yourself properly on target.
Yeah, and
And that's why you need more rounds, because nobody in the world is going to be able to do a headshot every single time on command. Only the well trained and the extremely lucky get to be that good.
and that's not every time either. That
And that's not every time either. They're lucky if they get 2 out of 3.
yeah, and then these are just like insane scenarios.
I
The,
understand. I
av-
understand.
the average person is never gonna have to go through this.
No,
But
no, they're not.
what's the difference between having three 10 round mags and having one 30 round mag, right? Just you gotta what a couple seconds to switch in
The,
between.
the only dis- you know the only di- the only thing is 10 rounds, mags out, new mag in, 10 more rounds, mags out, new mag in, 10 more rounds.
Yeah,
Okay, but you can save yourself a lot of time by just having a 30 round magazine doing 30 rounds.
yeah. No, I agree.
And,
That's why it's
and,
kind of ridiculous when I hear some.
it's ridiculous, but it's not half as ridiculous as what De Leon said. A 30 caliber clip. You remember that?
No, I don't listen
You
to
know,
politicians too crazy because
it shoots 30 rounds in 30 seconds. Yeah, I'd like to have that kind of gun. I'll tell you,
yeah.
right?
As I say, it's crazy because I don't know. They talk about actually Storm and Norman makes a good point too. If criminals running around with 30 round mags and cops fighting them have 30 rounds, these same criminals frequent the streets. Then he's saying why do they? That's why the cops need the 30 rounders to fight the 30 rounders. If those cops aren't there, I mean, why can't we have 30 rounds?
Yeah.
And the whole point about them saying, okay, so in a perfect world, if we all had 10 round mags, we could stop mass shooting. No, that's what I'm saying. Perfect world, right? We could stop mass shooting supposedly with 10 round mags,
The
right?
world's not perfect.
Yeah. So like, but exactly, There's already these 30 round mags out there. There's already these big round mags out there.
I've got drum mags. I mean, I'm not giving those up for anything.
Yeah, and if a criminal wants to take out a big group of people and they only have 10 round mags, they're gonna find another way to take out more people. It's not just the capacity amount. So I mean, I understand it's ridiculous that we can't have these things because, like you said, the Second Amendment, it doesn't
It doesn't say it.
yeah, it doesn't say there's a limit.
It doesn't say there's a limit.
But
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous because I mean, all right, there's already more magazines out there that are more than 30 or 30 more than 10 rounds. I'm sorry. We can't change that, and at the same time, it doesn't make a difference how many mags I have because it just takes one
It's
shot anyways.
it's just as ridiculous as someone saying, why do you need more than 3, 4? Why do you need more than one gun?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. My response to that was, why do you need more than one car? Why do you need more than one home? Because
why do you
you
need
know,
a 500 horsepower car when that 200 horsepower car will do fine, right?
yeah, why do you need a car for business and a car for or a car for leisure?
Yeah,
I mean, why do you have a summer home and a winter home? Okay, it's like that. It's because we live in the United States. We have the freedom of choice.
exactly.
That's why. Because
Because
if you want one gun and you're happy with just one gun, great. But if you want thousands of guns, if you can afford it, go for it. Knock yourself out.
like you said, with more than one home. Okay, so technically, all someone needs is a one house with maybe one room for two people, right? Let's just say that
Yeah,
you're a family of four. All you need is a two-bedroom house, two bathrooms max. That's all you need.
yeah.
But why? They're not stopping someone from buying a mansion with multiple rooms,
I
multiple
mean,
land.
if they can afford it, go for it. Knock yourself out.
It's
The argument with it is when someone asks you that, well, then ask them, well, then why do we need people telling us we can only have this or that when there's more options available?
yeah, exactly, and it's more of
And
a
that's the point. That's the thing with gun control and whatnot. They try and ask you these absurd, insane questions like, well, why do you need 10 rounds or why do you need 30 rounds over 10? Why do you need more than one firearm? Why do you need more than one house? I mean, well, who are you to dictate what I can and can't have? Hey, if I can afford this or that, it's none of your damn business.
yeah. It's not that I need a 30 round mag. I want a 30 round mag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not
And
gonna.
it's not like you need 4 cars, but I want 4
Yeah,
cars.
and I'm gonna buy 4 cars if I can afford it.
If I can afford it, or hell, if I just buy, jalopies and I fix them up and I use them, well, you know what? There you go.
Yeah,
It's about the freedom of choice, and when you remove the freedom of choice to the American people, they are no longer free.
yeah. And then a piece of us vlog saying, I think the difference is people think guns are more dangerous than a house. That's true.
No,
Yeah, no, but okay. But
actually, it's not because a house can fall on a person just like a gun can kill a person.
well, you can't use a house to kill someone. But
You say that. Watch, someone will try.
but okay, let's compare it to a car then. Why do they allow people to have, like I said, 500 horsepower cars where a person driving it, they can kill themselves or they could
I
kill
mean,
multiple
I
people
mean,
with it
we
recklessly?
heard what happened in Germany the other day, where 7 people got run over by a car.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know
well,
about that one.
yeah, a car is just as deadly as a firearm,
Yeah.
but we hand out licenses left and right to people.
Yeah. They educate people to make them safer. So
Yeah.
why
So
why can't we educate people on
why
guns
can't we
to make
educate people? I mean, if you want a concealed carry permit in most states, you have to go through some form of course where they teach you, education. They teach you the laws. They teach you what you can and cannot do when you're carrying a firearm. They teach you have to have some form of insurance or something to cover yourself in case you were in a situation. I mean, you have to learn how to use a car. You have to get insurance to use a car. You have to have a license to drive the car. Same thing. I don't see what the problem is. I don't see why we need to make a big deal over firearms. Why can't we just treat them as we do cars? Because you have a right to the firearms. You don't have a right to the cars, but the cars are less restricted than the firearms.
Yeah, it's true. They can they pretty much give a car to anyone that just has money.
And a car is just as dangerous as a firearm is because again, as I mentioned before, if you look at what happened in Germany or what happened in New York a couple of years ago, someone just used a Home Depot rental pickup truck to run over a ton of people.
Yeah, dang.
You don't need to use a gun.
They rented a vehicle. That's crazy.
Yeah. Some dude rented a Home Depot pickup truck and just ran over a bunch of cars in New York several years ago.
Hopefully the Home Depot insurance covered that, huh?
Yeah, I know, right?
So, sorry, I don't want to make you seem like a bad guy or anything.
I'm not a bad guy. No, I understand the question. You have to ask some of these hard questions because people don't understand. And guys, if you don't understand, if you have questions about these kind of things, ask Jerry. Jerry knows about firearms. Not a lot, but he knows enough. He's pretty knowledgeable. I mean, and what he doesn't know, he can ask Norm.
Take it easy. Take it easy, man. Yeah. But I know about common sense. I mean, that goes a long way.
Well, there's several versions of common sense. There's real common sense that most every firearms owner has, and then there's the fake common sense where the anti-gunners say, "Oh, it's just common sense for common sense gun control," which means we want more control and we don't want you to be able to protect yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and I understand. And Piece of Us. He says some of these examples and justifications are comedy, and that's true. But the politicians also use extremes as well. So, and they also use crazy examples and scenarios. And then NY Outcast says murder was around long before guns. That's true, but guns makes it easier to murder.
Not really.
From far range.
All it does is just add range, but before that, you had about the same amount of range with arrows and spears or pikes.
Yeah, well, that's true, but I don't know about pikes, but
I'm using them as an example. Okay, they're not nor so you wouldn't really throw a pike; you would use it more like a staff. But regardless, the fact is that the guns made things more efficient. Okay, yeah. They made things more efficient. At what the purpose was. Okay, but that still didn't mean that that the swords, spears, bows and arrows, crossbows, that still doesn't mean that those weren't still practical,
and that they didn't work for killing.
It's just as we progressed, in technology, guns became better, so guns superseded the use of arrows, the use of swords, the use of pikes and spears, and all of those other cool things they used to use.
Yeah, and NY Outcast makes a good point. Guns make a lot of noise, though. So it is easier to get caught doing what you're doing because they do make a lot of noise compared to a crossbow or spear. But I'm not trying. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, NightStryke. But this is conversations I want to have.
You got to have the conversation.
Yeah.
So go ahead. So let's throw everything at NightStryke.
Yeah.
I've got lube.
I was say. Let me see. Let me find what did you say? It was the I can't remember that handgun you were talking about. The double shot one. The full auto one. But no, I don't got nothing else to throw at you, man. I feel I don't. If I made it seem like I was attacking you, I'm sorry at that.
Don't apologize.
Yeah, well, I'm just sorry that it made it seem. I said if I made it seem, but
some of your viewers don't like the gun talk, so.
Well, there might be some that do. There might be some that don't. But at the same time, I kind of get what he's saying too, and I get what you're saying. And then at the middle, we gotta meet at a realistic point. And
I'm open to conversation, but again, conversing is one thing. Will I believe in your view or whatnot? Maybe not, but I'll at least be civil enough to listen. The problem is a lot of people that are against firearms, they're not even civil enough to listen.
Yeah, there's some people like that, and then there's some people with firearms too that just like automatically just say it's the Second Amendment. It's our right, automatically. Like, yeah, you gotta understand too.
I mean, if you watched any of my videos, I'm my catchphrase is "shall not be infringed," and
Yeah.
I do mean it. I do mean it, but what
But what were you talking about earlier?
but
Safety.
safety.
Yeah.
Safety. I mean, it's that's real common sense.
Yeah.
Safety, okay, that's real common sense.
And so that's where I agree with the gun law. Safety. Not infringe like you say infringing. Um like I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people that just they don't even want to talk about like safety. They don't want to see the point of view
Well,
of some of these people.
it's because the way the Second Amendment is written. It doesn't say you have to have safety. Safety is a requirement.
Yeah.
I'm saying for liability I'm saying practice safety, just so you can't say that, oh, NightStryke didn't tell me anything about safety. No. NightStryke says make sure to practice proper safety with firearms, period, because NightStryke doesn't want to get sued.
Yeah, no, I agree. But
It's a liability thing with me. So with you too, practice proper safety.
yeah, well, yeah, that's fine. But you know how like someone was saying people were killing before guns were made, right? Obviously, guns, like I said, guns make it easier to kill people.
The thing is, at the end of the day, the gun, as Norman says, is a
It's
tool.
a tool. Yeah.
Is a tool, and it doesn't matter which tool it is, whether it's a gun, whether it's a hammer, whether it's an axe or a hatchet. A tool can be used as a weapon if needed, and that's what one side doesn't realize. It doesn't matter the what the original application was for the tool. It's the fact that a tool can be used as a tool or it can be used as a weapon.
See, but I'm not trying to take sides. I'm just trying to,
No, I understand. You're not trying to take sides,
and I don't care about sides. I just
but
want.
people that have brains need to use their thinking caps. They need to put them on and think and realize that it doesn't matter what tools they have. Doesn't even have to be guns. Any tool they have in their toolbox can be used as a weapon if they so choose.
Yeah, that's true. And like we're talking about cars,
And
a house.
and you
In
know
a way.
you know and if they don't understand and acknowledge that, then I guess you can't progress as an individual.
Yeah, and you can't reason with dumb. I get that. You know,
No.
but
So
I just like I said, I don't know. There's some people that they say just restrict guns, restrict everything guns. And that's stupid. You just
yeah, and those same people, have you noticed those same people have armed security, but they don't want anybody to own guns to protect themselves?
yeah
That seems a little odd to me, doesn't it?
yeah, it's not just the people in power. It's even people in the streets, the common people.
Yeah.
They're the same. They
Yeah.
say just restrict guns no matter what, just restrict them. And then the same thing like hey, guns aren't not they're not dangerous, but like hey, everyone should own a gun. Who cares? Well,
I mean,
everyone
I mean,
has the
it,
right to
it,
own a gun to a certain extent.
but the problem is those people that are saying that out on the streets, and even the politicians and the groups that are advocating it, they want to get rid of guns. I mean, I'll meet you on gun control if it's everyone. You want to take guns away from the police, the military, your armed security guards, and all the people. If you want to take away all the guns from everyone, I'm on board with you. Let's see how that turns out. If that doesn't work out, we go back to guns. But the point is that the people that are advocating for gun control, usually the people in these groups and these rich people, they don't want to give up their armed security. They don't want to take the guns away from the police, and they don't want to take the guns away from the military. And at that point, you're being disingenuous in the message. If you are for gun control, if you're for disarming the United States, it's all or nothing. It's total pacifism or it's no pacifism.
Yeah, no, and I agree, but that's why I'm saying
Because we're America. We
yeah.
deal in extremes. So it's
Yeah,
either all or nothing.
Nah, not everyone deals in extremes though. It's just
Not everyone.
the louder
but the
people.
country itself does.
The louder people are in extremes. I'm sure if you talk to a lot of people that actually just in the streets, they'll tend to see both sides. And I don't know. I don't like the whole extremes part, man.
I don't want us to have to fight anyone, in a war. I don't want us to have to fight, ourselves here in our country.
Not even.
I would rather just buy someone a beer, try and talk our differences out. If we can't talk our differences out, at least we had a nice beer and go on with our lives. That's not a lot to ask for.
I don't want to shoot my neighbor, but you know what? It might come down to that one day if they try to shoot me, right?
Right.
And let's just say in a perfect
and if you get rid of all guns, well, then he'll just use a pitchfork or a machete or something.
And like I said, in a perfect world, like you were look, I'm not saying nothing, but you were saying, you'd like to not, how you said like not owning a gun, just have a drink or whatever. In a perfect world, I can own a gun and never have to use it on anyone, right? Yeah. That's the perfect world, but that's not the perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. No. But it's just crazy because I don't know. Like I said, I know your point of view on it. Anyone that knows my point of view, probably not. No one knows who I am.
And you see what I'm saying with these gun control groups. They try and send only a single message. They're not trying to disarm the whole country and say we need to be pacifists. They're just trying to say, oh, all these people who aren't this privileged class shouldn't have firearms. And that's disingenuous in the message.
Yeah, and you know why they don't say that? Because they know it won't work.
Yeah, they know it. They know it work. That's why That's why every gun control rally, they've got a security team protecting the people that speak.
Yeah, because they
know that it won't work.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I feel like that's a good spot to leave that at, right?
Yeah. Let's move on. I know we got a whole bunch of questions. Have we gotten to any of the questions yet?
Well, no, that's actually the next segment I was going into. Yeah, it's just I had some questions I wanted to ask you, so that's where we went. It's crazy because I don't feel like if we weren't like arguing or debating, I don't know if anyone watching this and think like, oh, they hate each other. No, we're talking, we're having a conversation.
Yeah. We're being civil, guys.
Yeah,
that's how it should be. Period.
And being realistic, and exactly. That's how it should be. People should be able to talk about problems, not like, oh, NightStryke, you like guns. Me, I like guns too. But like, let's just say I don't like guns. Let's just not talk about it. Let's just sweep it under the rug. No, we need to talk about problems.
Okay, let's have a beer.
Yeah,
you like beer, right?
Well, we can have a beer. Actually, I finished all mine.
Well, no, but in this scenario, if you don't like guns, you like guns, you want to show it. It's like you like beer, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's have beer.
Yeah, but like I said, you got to talk about stuff to be able to get through them, to resolve a problem, and unfortunately,
not a lot of people want to do that.
Yeah, and gun
on both sides.
Yeah, guns might never be a problem that's solved because everyone is not everyone, but a lot of sides are complete. They like to take sides. That's the problem. That's a big issue. Why not?
There's always going to be sides.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. There's always going to be sides.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
There's always going to be people in between. There's always going to be people on the fence on either side.
Yeah, yeah, and
people in between may never make a choice, and then you've got the extremes where there's the people who are for one side and people for the other.
Yeah,
it's just how it is. It's always going to be like that, no matter what the topic is.
Because I'm sure if Mr. NightStryke here, if his neighbor, let's just say your city neighbor, because I know you have in one of your houses you don't have any neighbors.
Well, I only have one house, and I have one neighbor. He's across the street.
Okay,
he's pretty chill. He's retired military.
Okay, well, let's just say that neighbor across the street didn't believe in owning guns and didn't believe in anything guns, right?
He wouldn't have moved out here then.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. Let's just this fake scenario. Yeah. If he was in danger, Mr. NightStryke would go help him, and whatever with his guns, even though he does, even though he doesn't share the same viewpoint, and that's not because you don't. That's because you care about him as a person, your neighbor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as an American,
I care about everyone.
As an American too,
and not just as an American, but because I don't want to get religious, but because the Bible says to treat everyone like you'd want to be treated. I'm paraphrasing obviously because we don't want to get religious, but again, it's just I want to treat everyone how I want to be treated, and if I want to be treated poorly, then I'll act poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And I like we said, we're all people here. And you seem like a cool guy, Mr. NightStryke. Sometimes
Yeah.
maybe we should game it one of these days. I do have Modern Warfare.
Did you have Modern Warfare? I gotta get it. I'm running out of hard drive space. I got 6 terabytes, and I need more terabytes.
Jeez. Delete some stuff, bro.
I've tried. I've only been able to, get 200 gigabytes free. I'm probably gonna buy another hard drive and just throw it in there.
Not a hard drive. You gotta go SSD or NVMe now.
No, the Windows drive is running SSD. That's fine.
Okay. They're so cheap now. They're so cheap now. You gotta go SSDs.
I know, but again, when you have games like Modern Warfare on the PC, which takes like over 150 gigabytes of data, and more games are going to where you have to have that amount of space, you need more than a 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive these days.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like $100 for a 1 terabyte NVMe is good. That's kind of the rate they're going for now.
I know. I'm using a 2.5-inch SSD just because I have a place for it in my case, and just because I lose the ability to have two of the platter drives that I've got in my computer, because the way ASUS built the motherboard, if you put an NVMe drive in, you lose SATA port 5 and 6.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Because they piggybacked off that channel.
What motherboard do you have?
I got one of the Asus Prime motherboards.
Oh, okay. So
one of the B motherboards, because
a B550 or B450.
Yeah, I'm a cheap bastard, as I said.
No, that's fine. It's more than.
But I did make sure to get the Max model, so
Hey, that'll work. So we're gonna go ahead and read some of the questions you guys asked. I'm gonna go ahead and let Mr. NightStryke know. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to ask. We're going to take a quick 45-second break. That way, Mr. NightStryke can take a breather for all the questions you guys are going to ask. So, like I said, quick 45-second break. Go ahead and ask any question you want, but he doesn't have to answer it if he doesn't like it. So, that's crazy, right?
I'm glad you gave me that option.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm not going to put you in a bad spot. But all right, quick break, you guys. Let's go.
1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Public service announcement for all the people out there listening to this funky ass boom bap album. Check it out.
All right, man, we're back. So, Storm and Norman has this chance to go ahead and ask you a question. He wanted to know, how long did you take holding your piss? Hard-hitting question here.
I didn't need to use. I'm good. I haven't got. The bladder's not full yet.
Yeah, we planned to go before the show because we knew it was going to be a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What other questions do people have for you? Let me see. Sorry, there's a lot of questions, so.
Hey, a lot of my guys are out there. A lot of my viewers and friends that jump into my podcasts are out there tonight, so it's good to see them out here.
Yeah, and I appreciate them stopping by and being live right now. You guys go ahead and ask away. You guys probably got to talk to Mr. NightStryke a lot, so you probably ask him a lot of stuff. But I mean,
they know all about me.
Yeah, but anyone that doesn't know him, if this is your first time seeing him, or if you watch his stuff and never get to ask him, I mean, why not ask him live, guys?
Yeah.
Storm and Norman wanted to know about you passing your CCW test with the injury like a straight up G. How did that go?
Yeah. Okay. So here's the story, because people asked about the 1911. Okay. Yes. I do have a certification from an accredited college for gunsmithing, because I took that online. I I was going to take my CCW course the next day. I thought I'd clean up my 1911 and use that. And unfortunately, if you ever remove the mainspring housing from a 1911, the side of the frame of the 1911 where the mainspring housing goes into is super sharp. And I put the grip spring in backwards. I tried to force the mainspring housing up, and I figured out why the mainspring housing was getting stuck. So I was trying to push down on it, and by pushing down on it, I sliced two nice, really big, 2 or 3 nice, really big scars into my hand. I don't know if you can see that. You see those scars right there? These two?
Yeah, it's a little more white. It's a little more white than the white there.
Yeah, those scars. I got those scars because it went right straight into my skin, into the flesh, and down to the veins.
How did that feel?
I'm going to be diplomatic and say it sucked.
Okay. What was worse, that or COVID?
COVID.
Oh, jeez. That's crazy. Well, that kind of lets people know.
I mean, even though I had to have stitches, and I had to have stitches for those, but either way.
Yeah. No, that sucks, man.
Either way, though, yeah, I had stitches. I got about 4 hours of sleep that night. 2 of them were at the hospital, and then I was on painkillers. And yes, I was on painkillers. I went and passed the written test for the CCW course, and then I had to borrow a 1911 from PSA, because they've got indoor ranges in every PSA retail store except for the one in Mount Pleasant, because they're anti-gun in Mount Pleasant. So there's that. But I rented the 1911 from them, and yeah, I still passed the accuracy test, even in pain, with stitches in my right hand. So,
jeez, that's crazy.
It's a good thing I'm left-handed.
Did they tell you anything about your hand when you were getting the CCW?
Well, I asked him. I am kind of injured, so what? It happened. So what do I do? He said, just kind of half-ass it, make it look like you're trying to shoot with both hands, but if you can't, just make it appear that you're doing it. That way, we can just write it off for you.
Yeah, that's pretty nice of them.
I mean, I was able to do it because, again, I'm left-handed, so I can do that easy. So here's the thing: I can shoot ambidextrous, left or right-handed.
Give me I remember I broke my hand, and when it healed, I think like 2 days after my hand healed, I went to go shoot my friend's AK. It was stamped as well. And I was a little worried that I was like, well, my hand just came out of a cast. It was kind of skinny too, but my hand was stuck like this for a couple months. I was kind of worried that I might mess up my hand again shooting the AK. So I went to the range. I remember before I pulled the trigger, I took a deep breath and I was like, well, here goes nothing, And I pulled the trigger, fired that first round, and you know what? It actually was good for my hand, because since my hand was so stiff, every time I pulled the trigger, it kicked back a little. It was moving my wrist, so it was exercising my arm.
The recoil was building those muscles back up.
Yeah, so it was actually a good thing. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. Like I was like, man, what if this just breaks my freaking hand? Because I broke a bone right here. I snapped this bone.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That is fun.
Yeah, so
luckily I've never broken a bone, but I know from friends' experiences that broken bones are no fun.
Yeah, that was my only bone I broke, and it was when I was a little older, when I was a security guard. So that was pretty crazy, but it was nice. I actually liked it. After that, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna keep shooting this gun then. And luckily it was a 30 rounder, because I wasn't in California. So, and then
we got a ton of questions out there from earlier in the chat that Norm was saying. I don't know if you want to cover any of those.
Yeah, I was trying to see him, but he wanted to know about the movement called Every Second Matters.
Yeah, Every Second Matters was started by one of the original gun channels on YouTube called Gun Websites. I don't know if you've heard of him. If you haven't, that's okay. He's been doing ever since YouTube started. He joined YouTube and he was doing gun videos from 2006 and he's been
yeah,
doing
it's
them
been a while.
since.
He's an OG on here, huh?
Yeah, he's OG, and he does this thing called Every Second Matters, where it's to bring awareness to the Second Amendment on the 2nd of every month. And it's whether you go out and take a friend shooting, you go out and shoot, and document you shooting, you doing something that is for the advocacy of the Second Amendment.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's pretty dope.
So
I like people that bring awareness to different things.
I conceal carry today. I conceal carry every day, but I conceal carry today. What else did I do?
But you concealed carry for a cause today.
But I also worked on Guntube.org today, so I'm gonna claim that one.
Oh hell yeah. Mr. NS or NY Outcast asks, "Are you always so scary or just for this show?"
Just for this show. Just for the show. Ooh.
Yeah. I say, you don't seem like a bad guy to me, but
no, I'm not. Hey, for those that are giving me problems, I went and got a shave and a haircut just for this show.
Oh, look at that. Everyone give him a round of applause, because
I got rid of the pandemic haircut and shave.
Yeah, I did that a while ago. I was looking too crazy. I was looking like Keanu Reeves, dude.
No, you should see my brother. My brother almost had enough hair to have a ponytail, and I'm like, dude, you should just rock the ponytail. He's like, no, I'm getting rid of the pandemic emo haircut.
He wanted to get a man bun
because half of the hair was off to one side, like the whole emo side.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to get rid of the pandemic emo haircut.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through and read some of these questions that you said about Storm and Norman. I was trying to read other people's questions too, because I don't want them to feel like I'm just favoring Norman.
No, but we like Norm. Norm's a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then let's see. Did you have any questions for me, NightStryke?
Yes. What was the first video game that you ever played? See, I'm gonna throw a hard question.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first video game I could probably remember is maybe like Super Mario World. Maybe
Super Mario World. This is way. How old are you again?
I was born in '93.
Okay, you're a young pup.
So that was a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I had the regular Nintendo too, but all I can remember is the Nintendo games, like the original Nintendo games.
The first video game I ever played is still my favorite. It's the only good game ever to come out of the Soviet Union.
Which
Tetris.
Game? Tetris? Oh, okay.
Tetris is the only good game to ever come out of the Soviet Union. Probably the only game to come out of the Soviet Union, but regardless, it's the only good game.
You wanna know something crazy? Some people don't know what Tetris is now.
It's sad. That is sad, man.
Did you
know what Tetris is, at least, though, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what Tetris is. Yeah, but yeah, I forgot who I asked. I asked someone at my work or someone younger than me, and I told them, you got to stack them like Tetris, and they're all, what's that? I was like, what?
It's like, what?
Yeah, I was like, oh, dang.
I mean, you can get Tetris on your smartphone these days. Come on, don't tell me you don't know what Tetris is.
Yeah, exactly. So honestly, but I can't be mad at them because, it's age. I guess it's an age thing now. I guess if you know what Tetris is, you're old. Let me see.
I mean, it's not a complex game, so they were able to put it on a smartphone, and hey, I'm happy about that because I can play Tetris anywhere now.
Hey, do you play any games on your phone?
Yeah, Tetris.
Other than Tetris?
I might play, what's that one where I think, was it Temple Run? I play that one.
Oh, okay. Oh, here's another question that I found from Storm and Norman. He said, how can all the viewers and the new gun owners out there in the gun community support Guntube.org?
Okay, there's two ways, okay? You can go to Patreon/Guntube and support Guntube on Patreon, or you can go to store.guntube.org and you can buy some Guntube merchandise to help Guntube out.
All right, yeah, that's dope. And let's see what else.
I mean, and also, if you don't want to do that, if you want to get something out of it, go to Guntube.org and sign up for a paid one of the paid option accounts, so you can get more space and more bandwidth for using Guntube.
Oh yeah. Let's see what other question.
I have free. Guntube has a free option, and then it's got paid tier options if you want to go all in with Guntube.
Storm and Norman wanted to know, how's your new FFL venture coming along? I'll read the new questions after. I'm
I'm working on that. It's just I've got to finish completely that workbench. I've only got that halfway assembled. I don't know, Jerry, if you've ever bought a Harbor Freight workbench, but when they say some assembly required, they mean you have to assemble everything.
It's like IKEA, pretty much. I've never been to IKEA either, but I know the concept.
It makes IKEA look like play school.
Oh, nice. You gotta make your own screws and everything too.
No, but it's almost as bad as IKEA.
Nice. And then let me see. Did someone delete their comments? I thought I saw something different.
No, there's a couple out there.
Yeah, because I thought I seen Glock Hater or something, and that's not popping up no more on my.
No, there's G23.
Yeah. Well, someone asked something and I don't see it. Do you see it on your end? The last thing that shows on my message is Road Rash or Road Rage video game. And is that the one where you drove motorcycles and had a bat and chain?
No. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, those games are pretty cool too.
Defense, it says, ask him how he tried to kill himself with the 1911. We already talked about that.
Yeah. I can't. Like I said, I saw like 2 new messages pop up, but they.
I'm gonna scroll. So give me a second, all right?
Yeah, maybe I'm tripping.
But, yeah, well, that wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, not too bad.
I've seen your shows.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, you've seen mine too, so you can say the same thing about me.
No, it's fine. Hey, doing stuff on the fly is pretty hard, huh? All right.
I mean, Storm and Norman Gunworks also says at NightStryke, how can people support Guntube or your new FFL venture? Well, the new FFL venture, you can go to paypal.me/NightStrike and donate there to help me on that, so I can get that started. Otherwise, just go to store.guntube.org and buy some Guntube merchandise. I got tons of patches, a bunch of these I still have a few of these patches left, just a few, and then I've got a ton of the new patches where it's the Guntube logo on a laptop screen patch.
Hell yeah!
So
yeah, that's the modern take, huh? That's the modern take.
It's the new logo patch. We got those patches made this year, so those are the new patches. These are gonna go limited edition now since I'm out of them.
Okay.
But I also have if you need gun oil, I've got Guntube CLP.
Oh yeah. So
which I bought surplus gun CLP oil and just bought bottles, filled them, and made custom labels for them.
Oh yeah. NY Outcast, we talked about Glocks earlier. He says he's the Glock hater, but not really, just don't like the looks. We talked about
and the ergonomics.
Yeah, we talked about them, but at the end of the day, a good gun is a good gun. It might not be
any gun is better than no gun.
Yeah, and that too. So I guess that's the show. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. No more questions. I don't see. It looks like we covered the majority of them. So, NightStryke, I appreciate you coming on here. I know you say you don't really show your face too much, so I appreciate.
No, I don't. But I know you're all about getting up in people's faces. So,
yes, sir.
So I made an exception for you.
Yes, sir. Hey, one of the points about this show is so people can see the face behind the company or the brand or the channel or whatever it is you do. That way they get to know you more.
Yeah. My YouTube channel, the NightStryke YouTube channel, is all about the message. To let people know what's going on in the news, what awful laws are going on. What if there's a recall on a firearm you probably bought. Let you know about that. All that kind of stuff. To argue about bad laws. That's what the message is. It's not about me personally or about Guntube even specifically. It's just about the message. No,
I agree with that.
So that's why I don't use my camera all the time, because half the time I'm Porky Pigging it. You don't want to see yes, from waist down, you don't want to see that. So that's why you can only see my shirt here, because you don't want to see underneath.
I guess we're twins right now then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and On this,
Yeah, no, Norm's like the Wizard of Oz.
he's all fake, huh? See, that's
No,
the
no. He's using smoke and mirrors to
Yeah.
make it appear that he's there.
No, I know. That's why. That's why. But I mean, if I don't show my face, how are people gonna differentiate my show from a different show? You know, like, it's
But here's the thing. While I don't normally show my face on my shows that often, I do show my face on my Instagram. If you look at my Instagram, you can see tons of pictures of me with my friends. So it's not like they're not there, and it's not there.
Yeah, no,
It's just-
I know, I understand.
It's just I don't like to be out there.
No, and that's why I appreciate you on here. And we have different shows.
We do have one more question.
Yeah, I was gonna read that right now, but we're talking about faces, and this is the only time I gotta talk about your.
It's the only time
face.
you can get FaceTime.
Yeah. So Joel P, he said, "Have you seen the video by Popular Front about 3D printed guns?" I have not.
I've not, but I'm all for 3D printed guns because again, it's about knowledge, and it's about learning. Okay, yeah. Listen, if you print a gun via 3D and you have to use like a nail for the firing pin, yeah, it's gonna work for maybe if you're lucky, 50 rounds, 100 rounds, might not even work past 10 because it's all plastic. Okay, but again, the fact is that the only way we learn is by doing.
Yeah.
Really, is by going out there, learning what works, learning what doesn't work. So I'm not against 3D printed guns. I'm only against people who would use them for evil.
Yeah.
I'm only against evil. Okay, I'm not against people having 3D printed guns. People having fun with 3D printed guns at the range, using them for self defense. I'm not against that. I'm just against people who would use that technology for evil to hurt someone.
Yeah. No, I
intentionally.
Understand. No, I understand. And the only issue with 3D printed guns is people would be able to sneak it through a metal detector.
Yeah. And even at that's not going to work because, as I said, with 3D printed guns, you have to have a metal firing pin because that's the only way it works. And if you looked at the Liberator pistol, it was all made of plastic. Even the spring was plastic. But you had to use like a roofing nail tack, as a firing pin to ignite the cartridge.
Yeah, or else that bullet won't go nowhere, right? Or it won't go through, or it won't go through anyway.
And that nail will get through. Will be detected in a metal detector.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why. Like, I don't know exactly what he's talking about on that 3D printed gun, and what their conflict or what their resolution, if they were praising it, arguing about it, it's hard to say because both of us haven't seen.
I'm for 3D printing. I'm for us learning how to use new technologies and adapting that to our modern day life, and adapting 3D printing technology to current manufacturing practices and whatnot, so that we can produce more things and give people jobs and have more things available to us. I'm all for that. I mean, we shouldn't demonize a new technology just because it can be used for this thing or the other. Okay, if you demonize new technology, that's just saying you would rather live in the past instead of looking forward to the future.
Yeah, no, I agree on that too. But I don't know. I mean, if they can make a pretty cool gun with the 3D printer, I'm down for it too. What's the difference between a 3D printed gun and a regular gun? Other than
have you seen the AR-15 lowers that are 3D printed?
No, I have not.
Yeah. The only difference is depending on the type of design. A 3D printed AR-15 lasts 500 rounds, whereas the aluminum AR-15 will last thousands of rounds.
Yeah, I understand.
That's the only difference.
But I guess
maybe it'll make in the future. Who knows? Maybe 3D printing will make guns more affordable and cheaper for people.
Yeah, maybe they'll be able to use a material that's strong enough to withhold
maybe some parts, some more parts than we normally were using. We'd use metal parts, but we can use plastic parts to replace them and make it cheaper for people.
I guess the way I see the question is, I don't know if they were talking negative about 3D printed guns or if he meant negative 3D printed guns. So like that's why I was trying to say, what's the difference if someone uses a 3D printed gun or a regular gun for bad? You know, it's still a gun either way that's gonna harm someone.
I mean, listen. The Romans said this. Okay, when catapults are outlawed, only outlaws will have catapults.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and that applies to more than just catapults. Same thing with guns. When you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Because remember, that's why they're outlaws. That's why they're criminals. They're gonna have guns regardless of whether the government wants them to have it or not.
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing about this 3D printed gun. The only reason I see issue with not I see issue. I see state, you know, anyone in law having issue with the 3D printed gun is because you could make it and they wouldn't know you have it. And they want to be able to keep you in control, right?
They want control.
Yeah.
And listen, if you've ever read the book 1984, too much control is a bad thing.
Yeah.
You want another good dystopian book to read? Fahrenheit 451, where they made books illegal. They literally they literally had people go and burn books. Okay.
Sounds like
do we
Nazi
want
Germany.
Yeah, it sounds like it, but it wasn't. It was here in the United States. That's what the book said. So, too much control leads down those paths, and we don't want those paths for America. We want freedom.
Hey, what do they say? The path to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yep. Sadly.
All right. So NightStryke, go ahead and this is your chance to let people know where they could find you. Drop any social you want, any site you want. Obviously Guntube, your YouTube, any Instagram.
Check out guntube.org. Again, if you want to support Guntube, store.guntube.org, or click the link for the store on Guntube. Check out the Patreon link as well if you want to support that way. Again, if you want to check me out, check out nightstryke.com, nightstryke.com. I've got a website there. It's simple because it's from 1997, because I'm not building an extreme website just for links to all my social media. It's just
yeah.
I'll do it later. I got to work on Norm's site first.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, go to youtube.com/c/NightStrike1 and you'll find me there.
All right.
That's my YouTube. That's my YouTube short link.
I appreciate you coming on here. I have to go ahead and promote my show now.
Go ahead.
Everyone that's new, everyone that's following me, you guys are awesome. Mr. NightStryke, you subscribed to me, you followed me,
yeah,
and you're on the show. You're awesome.
Yeah.
But anyone that wants to tune in, I am live Wednesday 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, California time, not Mr. NightStrike's favorite time.
Well, remember, I'm on the East Coast, so
yeah.
But it's not about my favorite time. It's just like it's midnight here now. It's what time for you?
Yeah, no, I know. It's just because I call it California time.
You're on Pacific time. I'm on Eastern, so there is a bit of a time.
And you can go ahead and find me on YouTube, the Top 3 Gaming. Type in the Why Not Me podcast. I have NightStryke. The 2 previous episodes, Storm and Norman. You guys know about him. You can check that one out. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe. That helps me out greatly. I hate saying that. It's terrible. It makes it sound like I'm just begging for you guys to join, but it helps me out.
He needs all the subscribers. So if you haven't thumbs up this video, thumb up this video. If you haven't subscribed to him, or subscribe to this man right now. We need to get him to 1,000, guys. Come on, I believe in you.
Hell yeah. I'll take 100 too. I'm doing baby steps. I'm trying to, have certain goals.
No, we gotta get you to 1,000, man.
Yeah.
We gotta get you.
You guys can go ahead and share this on any social media you want. I mean, it helps NightStryke. I don't know if you want this face out there too much, but
I don't mind. It's on Instagram, so you never gotta get around it.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you guys help me out. I have another podcast, the Top 3 Views podcast, Top 3 Sports, branched off of that. I talk about news topics of the week. I talk about sports. You guys gotta go ahead and help me out if you want to find my views on other stuff. But if not, I appreciate everyone. My socials will be linked down below. Mr. NightStryke Socials and Guntube, and his YouTube will be linked down below. Go ahead, like and subscribe to him if you guys aren't, or you guys might want to see a different view on things. Go ahead and like and subscribe to him. So, Mr. NightStryke, I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and
I got to give my plug real quick. So I'm going to ask you nicely, Jerry. Remove your headphones real quick.
Why is that?
Because I'm going to yell, "Shall not be infringed."
Oh yeah, go ahead, yell it.
Shall not be infringed.
Let's go.
There we go.
All right. What do you say?
Shall not be infringed.
Shall not be infringed. Like that.
Exactly.
All right. You hype me out, I hype you out. So
All
everyone,
right.
I can't end on a better note than that. You guys are awesome, and hope to see you guys next week. Let's get it. So I'm gonna hold you for a minute, talk to you in Zoom privately, and then I'll let you go quickly after that. Okay?